Hello, everybody, and we are live now. So, the table talk is always kind of fun, right about the time that I go live here.
Because he doesn't warn us.
Or tell us.
Well, you know, I have the countdown, but it doesn't always, you know, we go so far past the countdown.
We can't see the countdown, Keith.
Oh, that's right. Anyway, welcome to our D&D sessions here on Casual Cactus, and that was a little awkward. Sorry about that. But we are, this is our mostly weekly, sometimes not, game of D&D. We're just a bunch of nerds that like hanging out with each other and playing this game, and we're streaming, and you guys can come along and watch with us. Just a few quick reminders before we get started. All of the video that we do winds up on YouTube, so you can go there, check it out. And you can also just go to YouTube, search for Casual Cactus. You'll be able to find it. All of the catalog of everything that we've done video-wise is there. You can go watch back episodes, the one-time content, the special content that we do, the one-shots. It all winds up there. If you haven't been there before, do give us a like and a subscribe. Ring the bell icon, and you'll always know when we put more content up. We also run a Discord server. That is our preferred method for letting you guys know if there are any changes to our weekly schedule. We do try to stream every Monday night, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time, but sometimes that changes. Sometimes we have to delay it by a little bit. Sometimes we go later in the week. You know, life happens. That is how we will let you know when we need to either cancel or alter our schedule in any way. So be sure that you are signed up there, and you'll always be in the know. All right. That being said, do we have
audio?
We do have audio.
Woohoo!
I checked that beforehand, so that one doesn't get scratched off the bingo card this week. But we do have audio. We are recording. And we are
the night
live.
is young, my friend.
the night is young. But do we have anyone who would like to do a recap of our last session?
I can do a partial recap.
Can help fill in gaps.
Okay.
Possibly.
You don't remember everything that happened about cheese?
I stopped writing at that point.
That's fair.
She entered a
Actually,
few
a little bit
panic
before that.
during the cheese
She
festivities.
wasn't even part of it. She chickened out.
It's because she was in a fugue state.
You
because she watched
almost
two people
died.
die.
They both technically did
I was
die.
gonna say, not almost.
No,
Yeah.
unconscious is not dead.
They-
You had to be revived.
You drowned in cheese.
Unconscious is not dead.
You were making death saves.
But that's not dead.
Anyway.
Well, you drowned in cheese, right?
Yep.
I
Basically.
mean, I burned to death more than drowned.
He and Chipper both.
Chipper didn't even make it halfway through
Nope.
the second trough.
At least
She
he
barely
made
made
it
it
to
to
the point
the
he was
second
pulling himself
one.
out.
Because she and I always use strength as our dump stat. So
That's why you wait until after you see what it is before you go
I just
diving
like
in.
the sounds of surprise when they're like, wait, I have to make an athletics roll to move through cheese?
And you thought you didn't?
Well, it depends. Like, was it like Velveeta cheese? You know, like
There were
it
different
was-
kinds.
It was mozzarella, cheddar, and beer cheese.
oh,
Right?
that sounds like a bad night.
Weirdly, I
That
think the
was
beer
great.
cheese was the hardest, but I feel like in real life that might have been like the
I feel like
starter of that.
mozzarella would have been the hardest.
Mozzarella
Mozzarella
should
sounds
have
terrible.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
it was on the spot, so nobody's gonna blame Keith for anything.
It's a baby bullet poser. It's his
It's-
animal
it-
companion familiar
It's
guy.
Max, his familiar.
Stay there, buddy. Stay
So
there.
now
You're,
Igor has a
you
buddy.
can cast spells.
I mean, I can cast spells through him.
You can cast more powerful spells.
Yeah.
It's not a competition. Girls, you're both pretty.
And both
Not a
shiny.
girl.
I don't think he is either.
Anyway, so as a recap, not
Re-
last
Re-
time, but the time before was the time where everybody tried to kill each other in their dreams.
Yep.
So
So
frustrating then.
so everybody bolts upright at the same time, real freaky like. Killian does a full magical and physical check on everybody. There are faint traces of magic. We have an awkward discussion about dreams and what counts as weird. We then decide to have our discussions about our collective morality. It's a very long discussion. Very long discussion.
Sorry, guys.
You will also note in that entirety that I kept mostly quiet.
Simi noticed that.
Yep. And
She's concerned.
Huh. Fair. But it was important and productive. We finally wrap that up. Half of the group goes to the church and half goes to get a drink. There's a monk dude with an owl tattoo. I don't remember his name.
Hobbs.
Hobbs.
because
Right.
Calvin.
someone, yeah, like
Because somewhere
Calvin
there's a
Yeah.
Master Calvin.
Yep. There seems to be more to the religious dudes than we thought. And Keith's voice might hurt. I did not write down most of that. So that's as far as I got before I apparently decided to stop taking notes.
They are going to give us names of people that are theoretically allies within the order, information about allies and enemies in the various areas of the order. Oh, I'm attacking you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's alright. No, it feels good. It feels like I'm getting
Oh,
massaged.
okay.
That's fine.
I meant to do that then. Let's see.
You negotiated ways that you were going to try to get into the library.
Yes, and I am allowed to just go into the library, so I think that
He's just gonna show you what we need.
Yeah. Because
Gotcha.
he has a good idea of where to find what you're looking for.
yes. So yeah, I'm going back for a library trip during business hours, I assume. And then I think we cut to the cheese. I actually didn't mean for that to work out that way, but it works. Okay.
That was very cheesy.
It was very cheesy.
Any more? No more cheese puns?
Oh, it's
Oh,
definitely going to happen,
yeah,
especially when Steph
absolutely.
gets here.
Oh yeah.
But
There was cheese. People were in it.
Well, we decided that for our drink, we were going to go back to the Melted Muse. Dells was originally reluctant to compete in this competition, but Mal bullied her into it.
No. Stephen bullied Chipper into.
Yeah, there was a little bit of meta going on.
if you don't think you can do it, just give up now. Like, you're gonna...
Yeah. So Dells and Mal and Cabbage all decided that they were going to compete in this cheese competition because
Without
Steven
finding out what it
bullied-
was.
yeah, we didn't really ask too much. We just sort of paid up front and said we want to do it.
that was their first mistake.
Yeah, there were a lot of mistakes made that night. But because Steven bullied Steph into this competition, we were informed that 2 people could fit in the vat at the same time and compete at the same time. So, of course, Dells went up against Mal at the same time. Cabbage was going to go after them. They both died and had to be revived.
Went unconscious.
They were making death saving throws
Well, they were unconscious.
because they were dying.
Of cheese.
Wait, so were you just like
It's bubbling
So-
fondue cheese.
Yeah, 3 vats.
They tried to
of
swim through 3
bubbling
vats of
cheese.
fondue cheese. Dells made it to the second vat.
Okay, I see.
Mal made it almost out of the last one before he died.
He was literally crawling out of the last vat
Sounds about right.
and went unconscious.
Yep,
I lost over 107 hit points.
Wow.
to
To
cheese.
cheese.
It's a cheese, yeah.
So Cabbage, watching all of this happen, realized that she was going to die faster than they did. So she decided not to participate after all. And Dells is pretty upset.
Well,
Steph
Stephanie.
is
I
also
was gonna
upset.
say also Steph. I'm not sure which one it was.
Yes, it was a good night.
A good
Ah.
There were a lot of cheese puns.
Yes.
Um,
Apparently
Come
still
on,
are.
Keith, you can do cheddar.
that was
That was.
that was a
That wasn't
stretch.
even good, man.
I know.
In
That
fact,
was a little
give me
stilton.
inspiration point for that.
Right? I was trying to de-inspire people last week and it didn't take.
So,
Yes, poser. They do make more sense now.
yeah.
And then the people who were not doing cheese, after our long discussion about how we should keep a low profile, came and found the rest of our party in cheese vats to an entire tavern chanting, "Cheese, cheese, cheese, cheese."
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. But so Mal did mostly make it.
No, Mel made it.
He won on a technicality.
He won on a technicality, but because of that,
Probably because
he-
they haven't had anyone successfully do it
No, there was
No, there's-
several.
There were a
There's-
few stained
there's
in
glass
Stained
a
glass.
long time.
That's fair.
So he did get a stained glass window of himself, which interestingly enough was created by a
Stained glass man.
yeah.
Yeah, there be some magic BS going on.
Interesting.
Yep.
Well, because he is a literal magical being, and when
Oh.
Killian checked for magic, this did not pop up.
So they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Which means he's in a lead-lined room somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, no.
Mal does not.
Mal does not remember to be able to tell the rest of the
Because
party.
they
Right,
made him
right, right.
Yeah,
forget.
because the doorway is enchanted so that whenever you go through it, you forget.
Yes,
Which
you were
makes
escorted
sense.
by a couple of ladies who seemed really strangely impressed by this feat, and then you came out not quite clean. I'm convinced they just licked you.
Oh. Right, isn't your beard still like chock
Yes.
full of cheese?
It
Oh,
was.
that's so gross. We're gonna have
That's
to
not
shave
where
his
we ended.
beard.
Yeah, I don't.
We ended with Dells and Mal at the river, and
Yeah.
the rest of us were headed to go. Or the
We're
rest
gonna-
of you.
We're gonna
were
go
headed to
investigate the sewer
sewer.
now that it's nighttime.
Right.
And we made those two go down to the river and take a bath
And
and clean themselves up.
take a short rest to revive
We did that
themselves.
while we were eating.
Okay.
I feel like we're gonna have to, like, we're coming back and they're just gonna be bald because that's gonna be what it takes to get that level of cheese out of all of the hair.
That's gross.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean-
Imagine a giant dwarf beard with three
I'm not
different
thinking
kinds
about the
of
beard.
Oh, Daniel.
Alright.
I feel like the beard would be worse.
I wasn't
though,
either.
because
No, the beard would be worse because by the time he got out of all three of them, like it had enough accumulated cheese to be a third appendage.
I can use it as a weapon.
Yeah.
Just get it swinging fast enough. Bam!
When helicoptering becomes a valid battle strategy.
Can I get 1d4 for my beard?
Well, you
Beard
would have
cheese.
if you hadn't chalked it off.
Yeah.
Oh, so
No.
you did.
Did?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yep, we'll get there. All right. So did you were you guys gonna stop at the river on the way to?
Yeah, those two were going to the river and they were gonna come meet us at the park.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are the rest of you guys? You know, once you get there, what are you looking for?
Well, I assume we head towards the sewer grate and
Guards.
guard. Well, yeah. No, first things first, guards.
I'd like to look for the police.
Where's the
They're not hard to find. Again, they are pretty visible, even at night. There are guard posts every couple of blocks just to keep a watch on things.
Are they on this block?
They give me a on. That is totally cocked.
That is cocked.
So is that. Okay, even. So they're not on this. So they're not on this block, but you can see a guard post ahead of you, and one behind you, and you have seen roving patrols, roaming through the streets. So you figure it's only a matter of time until somebody comes wandering by.
So just scope out the place while we wait for the other two to get here.
Yeah, we'll just wait in the big open space of the park and try not to look suspicious.
Okay.
Why not just go in for a step or two so you're not visible?
I don't trust you and Steph trying to get in yourselves.
So I will go ahead, and if there's nothing like specific you guys are looking for, I will go ahead and we'll go ahead and fast forward a little bit and say that they have caught up with you.
So Mal has short hair now and a super trimmed up beard.
Wow.
Hmm.
You look different.
That bad?
It wasn't gonna come out.
I don't know why you thought that it might.
I sent chunks floating down the river though.
Oh.
That was kind of fun.
Like, see me just kind of instinctively goes,
Yeah.
those poor fish.
So that took off like 40 years.
How old do you think I
I
am?
don't know how old dwarves live.
That's
There are
that's
many
honestly
dwarves.
true. I don't know how old you are.
No idea. I assumed that you were much older than me.
I am older than you.
How old are you?
It's not nice to ask a lady her age.
Well,
All right.
probably.
Max, and he's gonna pull up Max. Go ahead and go in there a little ways and check it out for me, will ya?
I seem to recall the last time that we tried this, it didn't go very well.
That's because I didn't have a specific area to send him. He was just sort of going. So,
As opposed to right now?
yeah, we have an entrance that we know where is.
Where we know
That's
where
fair,
it
I
is.
suppose.
That we know where it
That we know where it is.
We don't speak good.
is.
We don't
Whatever.
talk well. This is fine. This is fine.
English is rough.
Man, no joke. So we send Max in to I didn't even realize that we have a little map happening there.
Oh, right. I should give you guys the map too.
I was
Aha.
about to say I don't think that that's on the other page, but now it might be. This reminds me of that game that I used to have on the original NES, like the Dino Ricky thing with the little bushes that roll past, and maybe that was just me.
It might have been just you.
Might have been. Yeah.
I'm gonna suggest we take like 2 steps into the sewer so that we're not just standing here loitering.
I feel like that's probably safe.
And I don't think
Oh,
they're with you, right?
Yeah, that
Because
was
I was at the shagging.
not who that's
you
supposed
guys
to
left
be.
me at the shagging wagon or whatever.
For
it
the
was
sake of
called.
brevity, you have.
Well, no, they could have gone to get you pretty
Okay.
easily.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because it was gonna
Yeah,
take
that
Dells
was-
and
that
Mal
was
a
a
while
little
to
bit
get
Funky.
Yeah. So we would have, especially since apparently when we left you, you had like the 1,000-mile stare going on. You were still trying to recover from our
from Xanathar.
yeah, from all of the silly dream things and
Oh,
all
that's
of
right.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're so we would have checked in on you.
All right.
Okay.
So you're sending
Max.
Max where?
So just under the ground,
Okay.
directly down the pipe as we're looking into it, so that he has some direction.
Okay. So it does look like the tunnel runs almost directly away from the river. It gets in there about what is that? About 40 feet or so, and then there's a large chamber,
Okay.
and then branching pathways from there.
I'll call him back at that point. Okay, so it looks like we're a straight shot into a big room with a maze attached.
Cool.
Of course. There's no way
I
this
guess
is
I can go
straightforward.
first. So me and Max will take the lead.
Wait, how are you feeling?
I'm fine.
Aren't you like 20
Really?
pounds lighter?
I'm definitely well. Actually, no. I think there's still enough cheese in random places to make up for any weight I might have lost.
No,
Does
that.
it increase your AC?
I don't think mozzarella increases your AC.
That's
Are you sure maybe I shouldn't go
I
first,
got it.
seeing as you just died?
I did not
Who's gonna go
die.
in?
No, you totally don't.
I'll
I
go
am
in.
definitely going in.
Okay.
I'm gonna like try and sneak ahead of you guys a bit. Well, not sneak, but slide in.
I have more hit points than you do by a long shot.
There you go.
I have the
Still?
same age.
Yeah, I have 105 right now.
Wow, never mind. Be my guest.
Yeah.
You have what?
I also have more hit points than you, and we have a tying AC.
So is
We
there
already
Oh,
knows
okay.
a grate on this?
Yes.
There is.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
69ers.
Is it like,
69ers.
is there a mechanism for opening the grate? Like, do they just have like a padlock?
So make me a perception check.
Okay, we want to stop there.
I didn't do this to myself.
14.
So you're not seeing anything.
Okay, so it looks like it's just attached to the. Okay.
Like it's like it's fitted into the grout that's holding it together.
Is there a way to make that map bigger?
Yes.
Yes, please, because that's really hard to see.
Okay, should we just pop this thing off then? It shouldn't be that hard, right?
I love you.
Well, the trick is gonna be doing it quietly. If a couple people want to keep a watch out.
You got it?
Yeah.
I'll
Can you keep an eye out for guards and stuff?
Sure.
yeah,
Oh.
I'll help keep watch.
Important note, Keith. I forgot that I have dark vision goggles. I do have dark
Yeah,
vision.
it's actually reflected here.
Okay, because I remember
So
we
this
had a
is what-
conversation about.
So I can pop here onto each of these and show you guys what each of you can see.
Nice.
That's cool.
How structurally sound is this grate?
So it looks pretty solid, but it has been here a while. You can work it loose, but it's going to take a little bit of time.
So is it like into concrete, or are we talking like it's?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
you can actually see a little bit of where it's sort of built up. The overflow has dropped stuff into up against the grate itself as water is flowing through.
Okay.
So it is catching a little bit some of the bigger pieces.
Could someone squeeze through the grate or no?
People of you guys' size, no. If you had like a small or tiny creature with you, you probably could.
Question, Keith.
Mhm.
So, like, how visible is this grate to like anybody else walking around in the park?
It's actually so the bank is fairly steep here. You can kind of see where the culvert sort of is, but the grate itself is not visible from the
Let me rephrase this. If the metal were to start glowing,
Oh gosh.
It would not be visible from this side of the river. It might be visible from the other side.
okay.
I mean, we have some options here.
Well-
and I'm just gonna trade spot. I'm gonna pop my shadow inside, trade spots with it. So Tommy, if you want to work on the bottom, I can work on the top. If we
Well,
take
I can.
some magic, yeah, we can magic it through. But like,
Yeah, you
what's
remember
your-
how we were just talking about like how we really should keep a super low profile?
So okay.
If you
All
have a
right.
way to do it quietly and like not visibly, that's fine.
If people can stand to give me some cover.
I could give you some cover. Like, what do we
I
have?
thought you were
to...
out watching for people, because aren't the two of you watching for people?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, we would be, but I'm assuming I'm still close enough that I can still.
Oh, top, yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
talking about like
On the other
standing
side
in front of
the
them.
river.
That
Is it
might
just
be an
more of the
issue.
town?
Yeah, it's more of the town.
Yeah, so like, all right, so I'm gonna heat up the metal real fast and move it apart to give us a way through.
Okay, here,
So-
let me pull out a crowbar.
Oh, that's actually.
Okay.
and he will just set it so that as soon as it's heated, he can
Mhm.
pull it.
And I'll look at especially Mr. Big Green Ranger over here. All right, so if you could just like block the light best you can.
I'll do my best.
Anybody with like
Do you-
cloaks or anything
yeah, do you want
like
my
that?
cloak?
Yeah.
He'll just pass it back through the bars. You can just like hold that up. It's not super tall because it's dwarf size, but
Little thing.
And then Killian will cast Heat Metal on the grate.
All right, so you cast heat metal. It does start to glow a little bit. Give me a strength check.
So I've rolled this like 6 or 7
You get
times
advantage
today.
if you're using a crowbar.
Yeah, I've rolled it like 6 or 7 times today, and I have yet to roll over a 10.
Oh no.
Oh, there we go.
Maybe it was just getting it out of the system.
24.
24. So you are able to, with that,
I was so
open up a gap big enough for people to squeeze through.
I was like, somebody could breathe on you and you would die.
What?
This is an old character sheet.
Oh,
Looked
Before
over
I
and
adjusted
like,
my for the level and stuff, so it's just like base level 1.
gotcha.
You would have
good
less hit
enough.
points than me.
You have 15 hit points. Good luck.
14.
Ow! All right.
All right, we're good to go.
Alright, I'll lead up, and I will send Mal like 10 feet ahead of me, looking for any motion that we don't see necessarily on the ground. Max, what did I say?
no.
Dang it.
All right. So we've got
Max is like, go on ahead, master. I'll wait here.
so we've got Mal, Killian.
We know.
Who's
We
next?
know where the hierarchy in this relationship works.
So who's next?
We're staying put, right?
I'll
I think
go
so, yeah.
right behind
Oh,
Killian.
What?
Do you still need me to like block the
No.
I
Now that we're
No, you're
going
good.
in, you guys should just
Oh,
bring
okay.
up the back.
Yeah.
I
So
just
we're
wanted
just
somebody
gonna-
to watch for guards while we
We're
pried
heating
open
up
the
the
So we're
grate.
just gonna
bars.
leave the obviously open grate behind us.
Yeah,
It's dark.
I don't think anybody's gonna come check the sewer grate. And it's not like we popped it off.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
just
And even
we
if
just
someone does
bent
see it,
the
we can
bars.
either find somewhere or
Yeah.
So who's after
Uh,
Milo?
sneak past some guards or knock some out peacefully.
Is there like a large branch that I can kind of put over it so that it looks like maybe water pushed it over?
Hang on, you want to make it look like water?
Bend metal.
Bend the bars.
No, just like a branch across it, just so
Oh,
that it's
yeah,
like
okay,
out of the way.
okay.
We're just
You said you want to make it look like the water bent the bars out of the way.
Yeah.
No.
Make
Yeah.
me an investigation check.
I mean, water did try and kick his ass earlier, so I feel like
That's true.
I also feel like it goes without saying from this part onward, but I imagine we're all trying to move quietly and stealthily.
Of course.
And keep our feet out of
9.
shit as much as possible.
I mean, there are a couple of branches from some of the trees up in the park, but they were ornamental trees to begin with, so the branches are not that big. They're maybe, yay big, and as not even as tall as Mal, about up to his shoulder. Pretty sickly looking things, not really worth. I mean, you can try it.
If stuff's close by, I'll do what I can just to make it look like there's stuff in the way.
Okay.
And we're not lighting a torch.
Make
Should be
No,
visible.
but I just cabbage isn't trusting.
So make me
This.
either a survival check or a stealth check.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know.
My gosh. Oh, that's gonna be a that's a
Hang it out
check.
there.
Thank you.
Oh wait, sorry. Never mind. I'm using my brain. 16.
Okay.
I rolled a 5, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's there.
To maybe the casual eye.
Maybe to the casual eye, if
It's
nobody
dark.
was
Yeah.
looking for something.
It's dark.
I mean, it's dark. Though.
Yeah,
Like, that's sort of the
maybe.
thing. Is like it's across the river from anybody who could see it, and it's dark. And
Maybe.
why are they looking at the sewer grate?
Yeah.
And
Extra cautious.
All right.
I approve of
So
this.
who's
This
so
is a smart thing. I would
for
prefer
the-
that.
for the order of march? We have Mal, Killian, Milo. Who's next?
I mean, I can go next.
Okay, Tani.
We would be pulling up the rear anyway for.
Okay, so
Shut up, Steven.
I didn't say anything.
You didn't have to. You thought too loud.
So Cabbage, then Sini,
Sure.
and Dell's bringing up the very, very rare. Okay.
I'll get Violet down.
She's a mage. I'd probably push her ahead of me so that she wasn't like.
As she falls over into the paper.
So I was gonna say, great. So as we're moving through the sewer, and a gelatinous cube comes through and takes out the middle of the party.
All right.
This does seem like prime real estate for a gelatinous cube, doesn't it?
It's probably not clean enough for one though.
Not that we've
Fair.
seen, because there was
Yeah.
stuff against the grate.
All right.
Hold on. We check for cleanliness.
Did check for Clint.
In a sewer?
Actually, Killian and Mal probably would be paying attention to that after our gelatinous cube
Oh yeah, I
experience.
forgot we actually have ran into him. Yeah, no, Killian is gonna be like if all of a sudden any part of the sewer gets unnaturally clean, Killian is gonna be like, whoa.
And we're leaving.
All right. So you get to the end of the tunnel, and even Max ahead of you gets to the tunnel, and you find another set of grates.
Gosh, dang it.
It's the cheese.
Ew.
Yeah.
It's all that lactose, man.
So this time Killian is gonna like break out his. Would files come in thieves' tools?
That would make sense.
I'm sure I'd have them with my blacksmith tools. I don't know if I'd have ones better suited to this sort of work in my thieves' tools.
What are you wanting to
So
do
I'm
with
gonna
them?
I'm gonna break out some files and just like file through the edges so we can just pull the grate off.
So honestly, the files that you would.
If you guys needed
I don't know that you'd have those in your thieves' tools, so the ones in your blacksmith tools would be better.
Better. Okay.
Now that is going to how many how big an opening are you wanting to make?
Just big enough that people can crawl through.
Just okay.
Do you want us putting pressure on the
You'll
sides?
probably need to take a couple of bars out to do that, top and bottom. So I figure that's probably going to take you about an hour.
Well, all right, Keith. You're gonna have to tell me whether or not this is doable. So, I have control flames.
Okay.
So if we like lit up a torch or something maybe a little bit smaller, could I presumably use control flames to turn it into like an arc cutter? It's just
You do have control air too, right?
yeah, I also have
So
to
just-
control the air, so that's why I was like I might be able to like increase the heat and keep it confined enough that like I could just sort of thermal lance my way through the.
It's a really cool idea.
I mean,
Whether or not it
alternatively,
works.
we can just take. So Mal will take out his cloak and like wrap it around the end of the crowbar. We can just like hammer this into the top of this and just break the concrete so we can push the bars out of the way.
True.
And it wouldn't be that loud because we're just gonna break the concrete, not the metal.
True.
Also, while Keith's thinking about that, if we want to get this rancid soda out of the way.
I know. I was gonna say now that everybody's here, do we have a David in the chat?
David, are you there?
Please don't be there.
Please don't say
Please don't be
anything.
David, are you okay?
Are you okay?
Are you
Damn
okay?
it.
David?
Ah, he's still there. I mean, I'm glad that you're there. I'm just sad that I have to drink
You can
this.
expand it in one direction,
we've got-
provided that wood or other fuel is present.
Actually, yours would be the best.
So what I'm
You
what
can
I'm thinking
extinguish
is
it. You can double or half the light it puts out. Change its color.
so the real thing would be would any of those would you rule them as increasing the heat?
Since it's a cantrip, probably not.
Okay.
What is sure?
Oh, love.
Do you have a bottle opener over there? Should we go ahead and get this over with?
Yeah, we do. So while
Pause for soda.
while you're thinking about that, we've been gifted another really terrible soda.
Roll the Lance. Do you want to roll to see who gets to choose first?
Does it matter?
Sure. 12.
5. You get to choose.
I'll do it first.
Okay, and we'll send this with it. 'Cause
You're a good man.
Okay.
You have 2 monsters. I have 1. But
Oh
we have butter
no!
soda.
Oh no! I don't like that.
What are you doing? That's like the weirdest way to drink.
That's high
I don't like
school. That's high
that.
school, yeah, that's like that.
oh, sorry,
Waterfall.
Keith. Do you wanna?
Waterfall.
I've got a Dr. Pepper over here. Let me grab that real quick.
That's about what I expected from that.
I mean, it didn't have the same responses like ranch did.
No.
I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not good.
Have you ever
either.
drinking liquid butter?
No, but I knew a couple of guys in high school
Pretty
that
much
decided
what
to
it
have
tastes
a.
like.
That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, like
Sorry.
it's butter without all the oily creaminess of butter.
So the good part.
Yes.
Oh, the good part.
It could be a
Hi.
lot worse. It's not great.
Hello.
It's like if you licked.
We're taste testing butter soda momentarily, and then we'll get back to our regularly scheduled program.
I don't know
Would-
what's happening.
Like honestly, it smells worse than it tastes.
Like
Except
if you added
waffles.
it to your eggs or something, would it taste?
It'd still be too sweet.
Yeah,
but
It's sweet butter.
yeah, a little bit because it's soda.
Huh.
Is it for sure?
It could. It
But
could
all in all,
definitely
that's
be worse.
maybe that's actually not the worst soda we've had. That's pretty tame.
No.
Good year.
It's a good year. It's a good
Great
vintage
vintage.
butter soda.
Oh,
Aged 3 weeks.
we've
Never
got a,
waterfall in high school.
It can't be worse than the dirt one. The dirt one almost made me
Just
throw up,
don't.
so. Oh, she's not on the screen.
yes, she is.
Is she?
That
Oh,
She's
she's
just
not
in
on
front
the
of
butter.
No, it doesn't.
It basically does though.
Yeah.
It's
It's like
sort of
it is
like-
the same flavor as buttered popcorn.
Yeah.
No,
Also,
it's
wait, did I miss
What popcorn
Daniel?
are you eating?
Did I miss
feel like
Daniel
they-
taking
I
a
have
swig?
like a weird throat thing going on.
Oh,
I don't
so
know.
last.
Fair.
I'll go last.
Okay.
Yeah, when it's like the last.
Sorry, I thought he was gonna say so he wasn't going to, and I was gonna be like, Daniel, the point was everyone had
No,
to do
no,
it
I will-
together.
It's
I
the
will totally do
aftertaste.
it.
The initial isn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's the worst one.
If-
Also, if you want to know what kind of
It's
buttered
not the
popcorn
worst,
I'm
but
having,
it's
the
real
cheap
bad.
kind is the answer there.
It's just like boiled candy corn.
Yeah.
Why the hell are
But
you
we
eating
don't-
boiled candy corn?
I'm not. It was.
Like the initial part's
it's
not
not
bad. It's
good.
the
Oh, it
aftertaste.
Yeah,
gets
it's not
worse.
terrible,
It's getting
but-
worse.
Yeah, the aftertaste is awful.
So-
Brayden.
worse.
Or is everybody done here?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not going
We're
back
not
for a
going back
second.
anymore. No.
Ooh, finish it.
Chug, chug, chug. You might
Hey,
puke.
she
outside.
did pay me last time I finished one of these.
I did. Wait.
They both did.
Actually,
You
that's
both
true.
paid me. So you might make you could make some money off your wife here.
If you could do it in less than, if you could do it in less than 3 seconds.
You can't empty a
Well,
bottle in
thank
3
you.
seconds.
Ready?
How much?
Yeah, it's like initially it's not terrible, but
It's not bad.
then the second
It's
the
not
second half
good.
of the experience.
Yeah.
Wait
But
for
it's
the
not
butter to
bad.
coat.
It
Wait
is
for the
by
butter to
far,
coat.
it
You
is
guys
far
are
from the
wrong.
worst
It
one
is
we've
bad.
had.
It's bad, yes.
So
I could try chugging it, but
He's
I
done
might
a
vomit
beer.
after.
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
just
I wouldn't.
don't.
I wouldn't.
You've done a beer.
Two
in-
egg waffles.
Yeah, I can down a beer in like
Okay,
a second.
beer
Two-
tastes
two
like
waffles.
ass, so.
And yeah.
No,
well, this
two
is
A
better.
waffles.
How do you know now?
Oh, I can't read
Because
from
I've
here.
tried beer. That's not the
Yeah.
question.
it's
Oh!
yeah.
Well, that's a fair point, Steph.
That's my
But I
every
actually
time.
don't know. I just
Cheap popcorn
assumed.
at discount movie theater.
The last one.
Yeah, but with sugar. It'd be
I
like
cannot read that any other way.
terrible cheap kettle corn.
Yeah.
Right.
So I should probably clarify here. When I say it's not bad, I don't mean that it's not bad. Like they're all pretty bad.
I would
just
not
of-
taste
on
it
the
again.
spectrum of what we've had.
Yeah, this is not like
That's not the
Here,
worst one.
cap that
dirt
please.
or wings
Ranch and dirt
Yeah,
still
the
take
ranch
the cake.
was worse than
The
that one.
wings.
42 grams of
buffalo.
sugar
I'm so sad I came late.
to make it taste like ass.
Again, I pause it. How do you know?
Also, I believe David has our next one lined up.
Oh no.
I know. I saw him when he was ordering it.
What is it?
I can't say because
Yes,
he
you
ordered.
can.
No, I can't say because he ordered 3.
You should be scared,
All right, David,
David.
what's our next one?
Be scared. Be scared.
I think that David deserves a gift from all of us at some point.
A slap in the face.
Like a-
He
I'm
deserves
down.
a butter soda gift.
No, we're gonna
Yeah,
buy
no, I know it's
an
4.
expired
I didn't know you got a
MRE.
4th one. I know you were looking at
I
it.
like it.
I would not do that to
Deal.
people.
Lance knows where to find these.
I do,
Expired
but I would
MREs.
not do that to people.
That's not bad. I eat memories. I like them.
No,
Yeah,
no,
but no,
expired
expired.
MREs though.
Bad
So like
MREs.
MREs that are old enough that like the cheese in the MRE has gone bad.
Old enough that your grandmother was a child.
Like because I agree, like MRE food
It's
is
not
not actually bad,
bad.
but when some of those pieces when they go bad,
They go
Oh.
so
Like
bad.
spaghetti. The spaghetti ones. But it's
Okay,
been
so
there
do you
since
have any
before the
ideas,
dawn of
Killian?
time.
Or do you want me to break this out?
Sorry.
Because I can pop out 3 of these bars probably in
Moving
10,
forward
15
now.
minutes.
Where am I? What am I doing?
You are at the
walking.
back.
You're in the back.
Not the back, the back.
We are avoiding the
Yeah, so you're right in front of
We're in a
scene.
sewer.
Why is there poop?
because it's a sewer.
Do you not have sewers where you come from?
No.
Maybe not.
They just poop in the
They
water
just
with the
poop in the
fish.
They use pails and just dump them.
Wow.
I mean, realistically, that's
I still think that you're like making your town up.
Key
You know what? I still
is
think you're a
so
jerk for skipping
I
out.
do
the
have
sheep.
some acid with me. How much acid would it take?
How much ass would this take?
Could it
It's
take?
not. That's the wrong game.
Disgusting.
The other camera.
Very good question.
I'd like to clap these bars off.
Clap these bars. Excuse me?
I
Hold
thought you
on.
were going somewhere.
wait, hold on. What do
Storm
you-
King's Thunder. Wasn't there one point where we opened up a portal to a gay bar at some point?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
What was the
No.
name?
I've forgotten this.
No, that was not Storm Kings. That was the mountain one with the wild magic, and Steph specifically sent me to a gay bar.
Steph?
With this stuff?
Stephanie? No.
Sorry.
I mean, that's something that
Stephanie.
you do, but
No. Oh, crap. No, I just mixed 2 people up.
I'm like
I don't
You know, just
Steph was like, I would
Yeah.
do that, but this time I did not.
No, it wasn't Steph because I was there.
No, it was Jen.
Jen. Okay.
I
Wait. How do you get those two mixed up?
Stefan.
Yes.
How did you
And
find
Jen.
my stash of incredibly
I just-
awful written
I don't know. Stephanie is here. I don't know.
My werewolf fanfiction. No longer a secret.
Werebear.
It's
Werebear,
Werebear.
but you know.
Werebear, okay.
Yeah, no, she sent me to a gay bar with glitter and stuff with a banishment spell.
I mean, to be fair, I
That
do
tracks.
like that.
Have fun.
It was great.
sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Everything.
acid would soften it enough that you could probably cut the time in half. So down to like half an hour from a full hour.
Well,
Yeah,
or if
no,
we combine
we're
these.
we're just breaking it.
Okay.
I got nothing.
All right. So I'm gonna hand. Well. Do you want to hold the crowbar or do you want to hit the crowbar?
Being as that I don't really know my true strength right now, I should.
Now's a
probably
good time to
hold
test it out.
I should hold it and not hit it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wrap my cloak around the bar and around the end of
Did
the
you say there was
Okay.
acid?
crowbar.
You could Jackie Chan it.
I have a vial of acid, but I didn't know like how
Okay.
much
It
it
also
would take and
won't-
how
yeah.
much it would help, and I don't want to just like dump a whole vial just to soften this up. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna Shanghai Nights.
Okay. So that should quiet this enough that we should be good, and I will
Good deal.
go ahead and. Well, I don't know if I want to take a hammer. Probably need
Oh,
to.
I just burped butter soda.
Ew.
Ew.
So I will take one of my metalworking hammers that I don't really know how to use aside from hitting things.
First, second.
And I will just whack into the end of that to break the concrete around each individual bar.
Okay. Make your attack rolls.
No, I just got ahead while you guys are clanking.
Sure.
Alright, I'll send Inger into the room to kind of scope the place out.
Oh,
24.
okay. So that. I don't want to do this. Don't want to do this.
I guess I could check for a 20.
So that gets it. That gets
Oh. So with the crowbar you have advantage, right?
right.
As a
That was a
bench.
20.
Okay.
I guess I can check for a 20, the 120.
Okay, so that will give you. So that'll give you a couple of the bars up at the top free. You
Cool.
still got to deal with the bottom.
Alright, and wrap it around down here.
I never did one for. I didn't.
That's 19.
You can just use me.
I'll check for.
okay.
I'm
We'll just remember that I'm right there.
Yeah.
So that's
where
a 20.
Third one from the
there.
front.
Ooh, I don't want to do all of that.
It's kind of cool. We all just shifted a little bit, and it looked a little like a conga line.
Conga line. Take a body.
Only 3 people can do the conga, apparently.
All right,
What happens if more
so
than 3 people do it?
There isn't a button for more than the third person.
You're a monster.
Okay, that doesn't look good. That's Inger, by the way, not me. So what does Inger
Yeah.
see?
does
Yes.
Inger has dark
He
vision?
does.
And true sight up to
And-
10 feet.
Blind sight up
Blind
to 10
sight.
feet.
Blind sight.
Okay.
Fantastic.
That would be awesome. Way
Unfortunately,
OP.
he's not that powerful.
Okay.
Pull up Inger's stats because I have a
Censorship
feeling he's
head
about to go
blows
bye
and
bye.
can't because he's bald.
Wait, is he here?
Yeah.
I spent.
Not all those
So
cool people
looking
today.
down either side of either side corridor, he is seeing a couple of swarms of rats, one each direction.
Rats. Okay.
I can dominate beasts.
You can be the rat master.
The right master.
Okay. What is that in the corner that looks like a skeleton covered in mushrooms? Is that a skeleton covered in mushrooms, or is that just part of the pack that you've mysteriously found?
So that is in fact a stack of mushrooms, or not
Yes.
mushrooms, skeletons.
Oh, dang it. I would have been happier with mushrooms.
He'll do a investigation check around. Well, he'll do a perception check just around to make sure, other than the rats, if there's not something hiding or something like that.
Okay, go for it.
He does get advantage.
Like you do.
Okay.
I've killed a house before.
17.
17.
Spanish.
Just to try and
Yeah.
make sure that there's nothing untowards besides the rats and the hi.
What is Ingir's AC?
One of the skeletons is one of the skulls is just gonna.
remember what-
his AC? Let's see if it goes higher than it is at the moment.
No, this is where one of the smaller ones was.
13?
Wait, I thought this was the big one.
No, the big one was underneath the cloister.
This is the other big one.
Okay. So boiling out of this pile of
Don't say boiling. Say
Swarm.
so boiling out of this pile of bones here in this corner, there is a swarm of rats that sort of reaches up and tries to grab a hold of Ingir. It misses.
Okay, so when you say that the swarm reaches up, how coordinated of rats should I be imagining
Is this a rat
here?
king? No.
That's what I'm seeing in
No,
my
I
brain.
understand.
no,
what you're
no,
saying.
it's just a swarm of rats, and they're sort of like
Swarm
jumping
if
up
they're-
out of,
Okay,
the, out of the
okay.
pile, and
They're-
So the
swarm,
swarm, right? The
the
swarm does
acrobatics
not
launching.
coordinate by like forming a rat ladder and climbing
no,
across
no,
each other.
It's
and-
like, well, I mean,
I'm
they're
disappointed in your
crawling
rats,
all over
Keith.
each other, but not in a
They're
coordinated
coordinating
manner.
acrobating of
Yeah.
the rats.
Yeah,
to
no,
try and
but
weigh
they
them
are-
down.
They are attempting to get to Ingir, and it is not working.
Climb, and he'll start flying out of it.
Rats.
So that would be Ingir's turn if he wanted to do anything.
They still got time, right?
Yeah, they've got a little bit of time.
I'm gonna take care of some rats real quick. Is that fine?
What?
Quietly, please.
Okay. Dragon's breath.
Holy cow! You are taking care of the rats.
Okay.
So dexterity check for the rats.
Forget that we could use Inger like a flamethrower.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So 5d6.
Mushu.
Yep. And it lasts for a minute. So you can actually do this twice technically.
So it's going to be a 15.
That is a failure.
Is anybody else hearing that?
Yep.
Okay, is that your sound effects?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, it
Unless
is.
that is your computer chugging.
It better not be.
Better not be.
If your computer makes that noise with an
it's
SSD,
a really high pitched.
I can hear it.
I can
I
hear
thought
it.
that they.
It sounds
Yeah,
almost like
yeah,
a,
that's
a
sound
So
broken
that's
fan.
gonna be
Okay.
14 points of cold damage.
Oh right, because it's not real
Okay.
fire.
It's I'd like some like whispering in there too.
And then I will use my bonus action
Go back and forth
to
again.
hit them again
Okay.
with his reaction.
Like, this will just super freeze them.
So another dexterity saving throw.
Also, it gets smaller. Well, we could also probably just put it out if it shrinks a little bit and just.
And if a 15 missed,
But we
a
already
14
broke
is going to
Yeah.
miss as well.
So that's another.
Point
That's
now.
19 points of cold damage.
Okay, and that's enough to do in the swarm, I think. Let me make sure. Yes.
Yeah, snap freeze and then.
And yeah, that is enough to do in the
Oh
swarm.
right, we alternated.
I actually thought
I
that's what
suppose
you were
then
doing.
he will go to the other rats and kind of
Where?
deal with them as well. Might as
Okay,
well.
which way you want to go?
Actually, you know, like
Let's
Dell,
go
so might
to the right. Go down and to the right. Take care of that swarm. He has 60 feet.
We'll just.
And
Now
then
my
keeping
house or
keeping
something else
keeping a
that keeps up with
distance.
the group.
And then
Oh, so keeping a distance.
yeah, because he can shoot this up to 15-foot cone and kind of up so it can't reach him, and then just cone again. So dexterity saving throw.
So a 15-foot cone.
Yes.
We have creep.
Okay. Just making sure.
Oh, like
Colored
ones.
cheese.
Sheets. Not everything is cheese, Steven.
Oh my goodness. I got my hair.
There's nothing but cheese between his ears. In his ears.
Okay, so
I want to attack.
14 is gonna fail.
So 16 points of cold damage.
Okay.
Do we want to just like hang a sheet or something here because we're lighting up our
I
silhouettes?
thought we were a little further in at this point.
We are, but still, like we have fire going.
Except
I don't know how much
light it gives off if it's cold.
That's
It's
true.
cold damage,
That's
it's not
true.
fire damage.
Oh, not incinerated.
No.
I don't know.
Okay,
No.
so
Okay.
Chilled, if anything. And then
Okay, hang on. Sorry. What was?
it
Just
was
take a
16
frozen
points of
rat
cold
by the
damage.
tail.
That's disgusting.
So Ingir happens to see
Uh-oh.
in
You said rat king. I'm scared now.
The king of rats.
The king of rats.
No.
so in the backsplash of
Valley.
his breath,
Yeah.
he does catch sight of it sort of like hits onto something that he didn't notice was there before,
Yep.
and spreads out sort of towards the walls. It's like this solid, like flat surface of something.
No.
Yep.
No.
Again?
Ed had literal nightmares about the thing. Keep. I cannot.
The thing.
The thing. The Clive Barker?
Okay.
So.
You remember the thing?
No. Keep her in peaceful
Horror movie.
ignorance.
So, yeah. So that's there.
Okay.
Is it a gelatinous?
So
Yes,
what?
of course it
give
is.
me his initiative.
Yeah, I guess it would
An
be
initiative
like
for
Gelatinous.
Ingir.
An initiative for Ingir.
Why is it always a
There's a remake.
Except it looks like
They remade the thing.
Sometime
Yeah, they've
recently.
remade
What
it
if
a
it looks
lot.
like poop?
but that's not gelatinous.
Ugh, oh my
I mean, I guess it depends on your poop.
Depends on your diet, yes.
Why are you?
As a
Why?
Okay, so that I meant the blob.
Oh.
Right
so
now,
what was his?
That's
That
also
is
in there.
5.
That is vile.
Okay.
Both of those. Both of those.
Blob's pretty bad too.
Blob scared me as a kid.
Okay.
Is it the blob cheese?
So
Rolls.
It crawls.
it's a gelatinous cube.
It doesn't pass.
Got a problem.
Okay, so the swarm of rats will go first,
Okay.
and they're going to close the
Terror has
distance
no shame.
and attack
Because it's a blob.
Ingir
Okay.
with bite.
I'm nowhere near this, right?
believe-
I'm way far away.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're way
We're
far away
quite
from
a
this.
ways from this. This is just Ingir
Okay.
trying to do some cleaning up, but might have been more
10?
than inches. That misses.
Okay. Well, I think they only get one attack. I believe they only get one attack.
It depends on if it is a gelatinous cube as normally written. It should
Just the swarm.
Just
It's a
reads.
Gelatinous
Okay.
cube.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
just the one
cube.
attack. Then the cube
cube.
actually gets to go next,
That was
Childish.
and it is going to move forward.
Oh.
But can't Ingrid just reform?
After like 10 minutes.
Oh.
After an hour
15.
of me summoning him, I can pop him out of existence.
So it can go,
Out of existence.
and it's got enough he can get to him,
Oh
In full.
and it is going to.
Oh, are you watching through Ingir's eyes at this point? Oh.
You get to see your flesh dissolve into your face.
Like the...
All right, so it is engulfing both. So it is got enough. It's engulfing both the swarm of rats and Ingir at this
Okay.
point.
Can it do multiple or just one?
It can do multiple.
Okay.
So Ingir needs to make a dexterity saving
That
throw.
is specialty. One. 10.
Actually,
That's a 10, Keith.
okay, so that is a 10.
It is a
That's
10.
10.
But.
That took me way too long.
Okay. So the swarm is actually pushed along, sort of in front of it, and winds up behind Ingir. Ingir, with a 10, fails the save and gets basically engulfed.
Okay.
As you watch.
No.
How many hit points does he have?
Do you want me to roll or just take the average?
Go ahead and roll.
I will.
One.
He has 8 hit points.
I rolled 9 points of
Oh,
damage.
no.
So
I will use my reaction to have that
okay.
because I have the investing familiar
Have you?
invocation.
So you used his
I
reaction.
use my reaction.
You've already no. You're right. Never mind. That was a different.
I can
Different
use my
combat.
reaction to resist all damage as a reaction for myself.
Okay.
So he has how many hit points? Half of 9 is 5, so he has 3 hit points.
Do you have absorb elements?
I
Yeah,
do,
I think it
but
does.
I cannot cast it through Ingir because Ingir at the moment is concentrating on Dragon's Breath.
Okay. It is now Ingir's turn.
Technically my turn, but I will.
Well, yeah,
I
your
will
turn.
pop him out of existence
Okay, and back into the line.
and back into out of existence, and then I will bring him back to me.
Okay.
Is this like WoW when like you aggro the boss and you're like not in the same room?
I don't know.
And
We're
the boss
about to
ends up,
find
like,
out because
running after you through the whole.
Might be.
I feel like it's about to be, yeah.
We'll find out. Okay.
Did I just give Keith an idea?
You don't give him ideas. He takes them and runs with them.
All right. So make your attack
I'll murder
roll.
you with cheese.
27.
Yeah.
Or,
27?
sorry, 26 rather.
26.
Okay. That is one of my spells.
It was not a natural 20.
No.
Okay. So that's enough to free one of the bars. You do
I will
have,
let. I will say. There's one of those ooze things in there,
Oh, hey, it's like the tombs.
and mental image
Apparently-
of what just happened.
Apparently, dwarves just use these for keeping clean everything. Huh?
Yes, we are in a sewer, so yes, crap.
Next one is 19.
next
So
one's that-
remind
okay.
me-
So that will free
Can I
it.
use
Magic
my,
work best on this?
I'll use my shield real quick to.
Yeah, but you don't want to touch it
Yeah.
at all.
I'm gonna use my shield real quick
You
to
don't wanna
get
get
back that
close to it.
spell slot that I used on Ingrid.
I
Okay.
have nothing.
Okay,
good
well, I mean, I
magic
can just
wise.
start firing arrows at it again.
Do you know if this thing can be transformed?
Face warmings?
Killian and I actually ran into them when I was
When we
exploring
got
the Dwarven tomb.
the key.
Wait, did Ingrid get away?
Yes,
Barely.
barely with 3 hit points.
Is it anywhere
Did you
near
come
me?
from?
No.
The right
Okay.
side.
I will continue running the circles.
All right. So you now have an opening big enough to get into the chamber.
Alright, I will pop my shadow out, and I will go ahead and draw bow and arrow and aim it at that corner, and I'll step out of the way so everybody else can come through if they want.
Okay. So as you go in, which direction are you going?
I'm watching to the right, but I'm stepping a little bit to the right.
Okay. So a little bit to the right. Make me. Go ahead and make me a perception check. You and Killian. You guys will have advantage on this.
Oh, that's good. 'Cause that would have been a -1 right there.
Okay, you're running.
7.
7. Okay.
24.
24.
Has a minute passed since the start of Dragon's Breath?
No. Well, he cast it first on
The first one.
first form.
But I assume it took a little bit to get the second one off.
Oh, sorry.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, it has passed.
Okay.
Okay, so that being the case,
No.
no. Okay. So Killian, you
It's mine.
realize that there is there is another swarm coming from the other direction.
Of rats?
Yes.
Okay. I assume the gelatinous cube is big enough to fill an entire hallway, top to bottom.
Yeah.
Punch a swarm of rats.
So as soon as it is in sight, I am firing.
As soon as what is in sight?
I mean, he's watching for the
The
cube,
cube.
but
Swarm?
Swarm.
no, the cube.
Swarm?
Swarm.
Mal doesn't care about the rats, and specifically, Milo didn't mention anything about rats down that hallway, so.
Okay.
They were less.
So you're not actually seeing them yet. Let's everybody real quick. Let's roll initiative.
Initiative.
Well, that is the third one of the night.
I rolled very well, but I know I'm not going first. I only have a +2 to dexterity.
Plus
Oh,
3,
jeez.
but I rolled a 1.
Actually
So.
worse. Yeah, and I'm not loving that sound.
What's that?
The
Oh, the ringing?
Yeah.
Let's see.
what we can find
After you
instead.
notice it, you can't get rid of it.
Nope. Okay. Well, that was sad.
Yeah,
I have an announcement. I have lost the game.
How have you lost the game?
Don't!
No, well, you've been recruited to the game now.
You have now joined the game.
I mean, to be fair,
Oh,
that yeah.
it's that thing.
I was gonna say, to be fair,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure what rule 1 of the game is you're always playing the game.
Natural 20 for a 22.
Okay.
9.
Daniel.
16.
Wait.
I am also 16, Miss Rochambeau.
Oh,
Which one has a higher
who,
dex?
who has the higher dexterity modifier?
Right now she does.
Okay.
So,
I,
Right now.
I'm also 16.
yeah, so it's
So Natalie,
Natalie.
then Dels,
Oh.
then...
What's your dex?
+2.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Alright, she's bad. Let's see you go.
Uh,
You can
4.
go first.
4.
No, you go. Come on.
Okay.
10.
And 10. All right. Now, let's see how this works.
Tell him I said
Doo-doo-doo.
I will remind you in the tomb, the gelatinous cubes were on a rotation. You
Yeah.
just had to go in between.
But I
'Cause I
suspect
also-
that we need to wipe them before we go
Oh,
on.
I
'Cause
also
don't want
remember
them
that we
coming in.
almost died the last time we fought one.
Yeah. We are a lot better prepared this time, though. There's a lot more of us specifically.
Many of them are melee fighters.
I mean, those two.
I'm kind of
Yeah,
a melee
that's
fighter.
Okay.
We'll be okay.
That's fine. I will keep it over here. That's fine. All right.
don't wanna jab
So
Yeah, you don't want to get close
it's
to these.
going to be
the pen is mightier than the sword.
Milo. And Cabbage.
I think I have.
Dells. Tommy.
I think I mixed up 2 words when I was a kid, and they're still like permanently stuck wrong in my head.
Drink your water.
Because I know it's in golf,
Solid idea.
but whenever I think, whenever I'm like reaching for that word, what comes up is infolk.
Is that a word though?
No.
It infolks you.
Is he still watching?
No.
It's bad. It's bad.
Oh, the math guys, it hurts.
You okay over there?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew.
Okay. Milo.
Give me a second. I'm just trying to find something. Let's see what to do. Let's see what is something I have seen before.
He did not.
You did.
I did you
You did.
Drop some moss.
You want to try and kill this thing or try to avoid it?
I did just get left.
Last time we fought one, it did
I
not
said
go
so.
well, and it took everything we had to bring it down.
Yeah.
Well, we probably should hurry then, take care of the rats, and I'm going to polymorph the gelatinous cube into a donkey.
So at the moment, you actually cannot see.
I moved to see it.
All right.
Donkey.
So you're
Donkey!
Where are you going?
Into the room.
So just into the room.
Yeah.
Just polymorph these things. We
Make
can
me
just
a
go throw them
perception
to the river
check.
Outside
No.
and let them float away.
No, I am not unleashing these on the world. Can you imagine somebody downstream
13.
Bumps into the donkey.
There's a donkey.
The donkey takes 1 more point of damage.
What if they like spontaneously divide
13,
upon
you said?
being
Yes.
exposed to water?
Well, they're,
Can we
they're
just
in
cut
it
Calc
into
water
pieces?
improved right now, so
That's true.
All right.
no.
See it?
You can see it.
Then I will
They're
attempt to
acid.
polymorph it into a donkey.
Okay. And what is the save for that?
It is
Given that this is the second
a.
time, Killian is now
I mean,
why
why
we
donkey?
Why
need
donkey?
something to defeat.
Has a lot of hit
Like,
points.
I want, like,
Wisdom
dust
saving
of
throw.
dryness.
What if we just tie it to the grate
Actually.
and leave it?
Yeah.
How long does polymorph last?
An hour.
So it got a 2.
Oh, that's true.
So
could
you
just
see
tie
it
to the grate,
polymorphed
yeah.
into
Huh?
a
Just
donkey.
tie it to the
Take care
grate.
of the rats. Don't let her hurt that.
That's a donkey.
Don't let them hurt the donkey.
Where is it? Mindless.
Get the rats.
Because rats control
Okay.
themselves. Donkeys are pretty angry little creatures.
Okay, so that has
They?
been.
They can't be.
Yeah.
We'll just
So
say
it
that's been
depends if they make it.
polymorphed. No, not
There are
regenerating.
worse things to turn it into.
Like a 3-toed sloth.
Unconscious. Asleep.
I was thinking a rooster or a goose.
stunned,
dropping it.
prone.
800 feet.
Yeah,
or
but
whatever.
a donkey
Velocity.
or i.e. a mule has more hit points.
Just keep getting worse.
What keeps getting worse?
My stupid brother
What is he doing?
is sending me stupid jokes.
Disgusting jokes.
They just keep getting worse. No, he's
forgot
not.
about that.
I forgot about
He's sending them in text, not over chat, because they would get.
Blocked
Blocked.
immediately.
You know what? I'll just do.
So it's wise. It's
Yeah,
wise.
we'll say that. It's not stunned, but it's that is now a donkey.
Okay.
It's not a donkey.
The ooze is now a donkey.
Okay. I found a way to take care of him.
All right. Cabbage.
Don't hurt the donkey.
Insta-banned.
So
Rightfully
is
so.
it just? Oh right, there's still the rats.
Yeah, they're still rats.
Take care of the rats.
Take care of the rats.
So this is what you can
Take
see.
the rats. Leave
I'm
the
like way at the back. If I shoot an arrow, I might shoot one of you.
You can't
I
see
think you
anything
moved
to
to
shoot
Tommy
except
instead
us.
of,
You need to
Milo.
move past us.
Oh, I think I did, didn't I? I'm sorry.
And I'll
Okay.
like do the full
Well,
into the room.
I'll
The
move
magic
up.
under here is going to be a gelatinous cube factory.
I'll go one more up. Or will I not be able to see? No, never mind. I'll stay where I am. I'll stay where I am. Stay where I am. It's not my turn. It's not even my turn.
Okay. All right. Cabbage.
So I'm gonna move up to see if there's anything I can do.
All right. So make me a perception check real quick. So there is a donkey. There are 2 swarms of rats.
Ultimate siege breaker.
Oh, okay. Perception.
Yep.
Oh, math. Hold on.
Now we know if it's a dwarf sewer. Actually, if it's a sewer at all.
Well, if it's dwarven at all.
Plan on these.
25.
25.
This is where we need those bonfires.
Come on. Where are you, Castian?
Oh well, I can say with certainty I got one of them.
Oh shit!
Don't worry, I took care of one of the threats.
Which one?
The one on the right.
And no offense to you all, but I think now you need to pull a little bit of weight.
Guys, there's another one.
What?
What way is it moving?
Towards us, I assume.
Well, it
You
wasn't
haven't seen it
visible
moving.
before, so...
I mean, it does look like it's probably moving towards you. There's a
Okay,
A path
new
behind it.
plan. Stay out of its way.
Is that a big hole in the middle? Can we
I
see
think so.
that? Is that like a drop off into the middle?
make me a perception check.
Drop off? What do you mean?
Well,
Why
okay,
me?
with my
'Cause you asked.
25.
5.
Actually, yeah, with your 25, you would see that in the middle of the pool of water, there is actually a deeper section that drops down.
There might be another way out of here.
Aside from back where we came?
Yep.
Okay, well, new plan. Just
There
avoid
is
them.
also the grate up here.
It looks like there's something behind it, though. Is it covered?
It's detritus and,
Okay.
and stuff that has piled up.
Why did they have to put grates, like 3 grates deep here?
It's a good question.
All right, so
Damage
are you
help!
doing anything else?
I guess
Alright.
I'm gonna move across the room to see.
Well, you've already used your movement.
Oh, never mind, then I won't do that.
well,
I-
let, me
She
make,
used it all?
let me make sure.
She can also dash as a bonus action.
So you haven't quite used all of your movement. You've used 20 feet of it.
Okay, since I haven't used an action or anything, I'll just go ahead and use.
Take out the rats. If you have your
Oh.
action still.
Oh, okay, but. How many rats are there? I'm assuming like.
It's a swarm.
So there's a couple of swarms. Of
Okay,
them.
so if I shoot an arrow, is it going to take a hit point from the swarm?
Yes.
Yes.
The way swarms work is you can attack the swarm as a whole, but usually they have resistance to non-AoE damage.
Area of
Like fireballs
Oh,
are things
okay,
that can
okay,
like
gotcha.
engulf the whole swarm. So like you can shoot an arrow or swing your sword, it just won't do
That word, I don't.
engulf.
Okay.
Fold.
Well, for my attack roll, it's a 10.
Oh, no.
That is its AC.
Okay, so
I assume you are targeting this one,
sure.
seeing as that's the one that is closest to you. Oh, this one. Seeing as that's the one that is closest to you.
Sure.
Okay.
So wait, with a 10, can I get it?
You can hit it.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Do I get sneak attack? Why do I always have to check this?
I don't think you do on this.
Nobody's next to it. You're not one-on-one
what?
dueling
Hang
it.
on.
Yeah, okay.
Where'd it go? Here you go.
So it's just the straight. What am I using? I'm using my rapier.
Sort of keeps
That's a 6.
through each other. Do they touch around?
Okay, 9 points of damage.
There's enough
9
to try it, so I don't
points?
think
Yeah.
they
Okay.
Ugh, it's disgusting. Short. Small amount.
I'm sure this sounds wonderful.
Why?
These cubes are dank.
Dank cubes.
Thank you for not saying the other word.
Yes. I've started just using the word tank even when you're not
Okay.
around.
No, I have to.
May all of the things that bug me.
And you do still have a
bug
little
you
bit more
as well.
movement if you want to use it.
It still doesn't bother
Are you
me.
moving?
I'm just- yes, I'll use my bonus action to move closer to the grate.
On the top.
Okay. So you'll wind up. Oh,
I just love that now dank sounds also bother Steven.
No. Moist sounds bother Steven.
where did my rats go? Ah!
That's
Oh,
fine.
no.
They can die.
Oh
They can
no!
disappear.
They ran away.
Oh no, our rats.
My dinner.
They're broken. Am I dinner?
Ew. I mean, I know you're like the king of the underground nothing, but
Was it in this campaign that you cooked a rat?
No, that was Sar.
I was like, there was a time when Steven's character was like, rats.
Because Sar was really bad at cooking. And he was like, well, it's meat, so we're
I
gonna...
don't know where it
his
went.
protein gets swollen.
It's okay, Keith. We can theater of the mind.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. I was tracking.
Oh, that was
I was tracking
shoulder.
one of them. Okay.
I'm breaking.
It's fine. Fine. Moving on. It's
You need
it's
my
fine.
cane of shoulder attach.
Okay.
I don't want to torture myself.
That then is Dell's.
I push for him like, what's going on? I want to move up to see.
Okay.
Don't
So
go for the donkey.
Don't hit the donkey!
Don't
Go
Why is
for
there
the
a
donkey!
Why is there?
Yeah.
let's
No,
just see.
it's just
What
gum.
is your?
He has a gun.
Okay. So
If
yeah.
someone can make themselves look more delicious to the rats, so the rats don't go for the donkey.
All right. So there are you can't see it, but there's a swarm of rats right here. I don't think.
Rats hot.
Rats.
Yeah, so you cannot actually at this point see either of the gelatinous cubes.
But I told everyone.
Yeah,
I yelled
you've
about
been
it.
told they're there, but you're not in a position to see them.
Cool. Well,
Just attack the party.
never mind about any of the stuff I was gonna do.
Wait, do you not have more
They're
movement?
rats.
No, that
Oh,
is
are
that
there
is her
rats?
30. There are rats, so there are 2 swarms of rats that you can see.
And
A
Alright.
donkey.
yeah,
She actually can't see the dog.
Oh, thank goodness.
area of effect would be really good against the rats, as opposed to like single target damage.
Yeah, but we're in that AoE.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wouldn't be the first time. Or the last.
oh, that's why.
We're getting strangely comfortable.
There
with,
it
you know,
is.
randomly attacking each other. This is fun.
Friendly fire.
There it
Yeah.
is.
That was Luke's motto.
So I was hitting. I thought I was
Not
setting
wrong.
the elevation, and it was actually incrementing the elevation.
Oh, nice.
So trying to hit -20, -20, it kept going deeper.
Your rats were.
Couldn't figure out what the heck was going on.
Going down a drain.
That's actually, I was
They went
gonna laugh if you had been
together.
incrementing it, and so everybody in town just watches these rats.
Anyway.
Maybe the physics engine.
They no clip through the wall.
All right. So what are you what you doing there?
So
We can
would
lag
spiritual
around the
weapon
gelatinous cube.
be sort of an AoE because everything within 5 feet of the weapon?
one target within that 5 feet.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
just
it's still
it's a
like
single
one
target.
Yeah, there's lots
Target
of
the
that.
swarm.
Well, yes.
Yeah, but it'll
But-
it'll suffer from the same thing as anybody else's regular
Oh.
targeted
Single target
attacks, is
attack,
that it'll
yeah.
have resistance to damage.
No, have any AoEs. I am divine mind.
I don't have much, but I guess I can armor a bag of
It's, I'm looking through my spells. I'm like, I don't have a lot of options
I
for
don't have
this.
a lot of spells at all, though, so it's not
Everyone
really a
stand
surprise.
back, Myra. We'll take care of this. I can't concentrate on 2 spells, but you technically can.
More fire!
More fire.
Or in this case, ice.
Ice.
More ice.
More ice fire!
Actually, they don't get resistance.
Do they not?
No.
I think that was a
Wait.
4.
Oh, that's
4.0.
4E,
That's
yeah.
4th edition.
Huh.
4th edition.
He got you.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be like,
Oh,
and I'm going to use magic missile,
Stells casts ick.
Okay.
trying to hit as many rats as possible.
Which swarm do you want to go after?
All right, which swarm is near the?
Well, there's a
donkey?
very tiny indicator right here.
So this
and
is the
there's
one.
that one.
This is the one that's near the donkey.
Okay, I'm assuming someone's pointing at me to attack those rats by the donkey.
I don't know why that one is so small, but it is small.
And then I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level,
Okay.
so I should be able to do 3, 4, 5 darts. Above
It's
each
1, 2,
one.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 darts.
What do your darts look like?
Paper
Darts
crane.
of magical force.
Yeah, we-
Wow, that's really interesting.
Are you flavoring it at all, or just?
Can I flavor it?
Absolutely.
Doesn't change the damage, but
It doesn't change the damage, but you can flavor it.
Nifty little things can come out of your spell book
They're
where you drew them and they like flutter over.
Here you go. They are murderous butterflies.
Oh no!
Yes.
Why? Why butterflies?
Why not butterflies?
Because she doodled little butterflies
That's right.
flinging out.
Go angry butterfly.
They're actually very a butterfly is going to quickly draw and then just push out as little darts.
All right, I don't
Actually,
I don't
really
roll
like
that.
For
I
quick
roll
spells, she does
having
Jesus
things
fish.
drawn and
Yeah.
Those
thumping them
90s
and
S's.
Yep.
you're like, do that
idea.
faster than Jesus fish?
Oh, maybe not.
Just waiting for the one where she has to do like the stick figure family on the back of the windshield.
Do I roll
What
it
spells
for each
that,
dart?
Keith?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
1d4 plus 1 for each
I
dart.
have pasta on my pants.
So 5d5. So
Okay, so
5d4 plus 5.
5d5.
5d4.
Wait a second.
You gotta roll
I
Yeah,
did it
5
one by
times.
one. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
you
you
do
do it one
Yeah.
by one.
So you rolled one.
Okay, so one.
So, but
that's
it's-
5. 4.
Okay, so that is enough to
Two.
kill the first one.
Cool.
Great, you can target the other one.
With the other 3.
The paper
4.
butterflies go.
So it was 4, you said?
Yeah.
Go later, we're turning off.
I bleached and dyed my hair
5.
again, obviously, and
5.
it was either bleeding or there was a
And the
bald
last
spot, and I wanted him to
one.
check.
Aw, just 2.
It's fine. I think there was a seed that was chemically burned, and then I scratched.
Okay. So
We're good. It's fine.
yeah, it is still there, but it's definitely thinned quite a bit from that
Diminished.
barrage.
Alright, so that was an action. I took my movement. I would like to use my bonus action to reiterate. Why is there a donkey?
Don't ask questions, just don't touch it.
That doesn't
Oh
take
no,
a bonus
I
action,
suddenly
that's a
remember
free
with
action.
dread that I am carrying 3 cheese wheels.
Every rat in the sewers is gonna be like,
No.
I made Killian carry mine.
that's fine, here's my bag of holding. You're
That's
not on
no
this plane.
Buddha.
It's like that.
Alright.
It's like that
Oh,
picture
there it
of
is.
the guy that's just covered in bees, but it's just rats.
We're right.
Where's my cookie?
She could get out the cheese wheel and
It's
roll.
over there.
Josh! You're not supposed to tell her.
Oh no.
You should help.
No.
Don't mess with Chipper and her snacks.
I'm scared.
Okay.
You're not the one who's in between him and the cookie and Chipper.
I want the cookie.
Tommy,
I love
it is
the-
your turn.
My turn? Alright.
Oh, great. I'm about to attack the donkey.
Alright.
So at the moment, you cannot see anything but your
Pushes
friends
Milo
or
in.
your party members.
I can swim.
In
I'm
a
gonna
kick
move up to.
Oh.
Yeah, fun fact, that's not water.
I guess where Milo is. Yeah,
Oh.
right
Okay.
there is good.
The attempt token movement collides with at least one wall.
Yeah, fun fact, Keith, you have to move around the walls.
Gross. Got to open the door first. Okay.
Oh man. Okay.
The one
So,
on the
so,
right's
so
a
this
donkey.
one is a donkey. It's not actually a cube.
And there's a rat.
This
swarm.
one is still a cube, and there's a swarm of rats there.
Okay. Well.
Nice. Yeah, that was.
Let me see.
That's what it sounds like.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. It's like that. She sounds like she's like rifling through
I think I moved
cupboards.
C instead of Dells.
You did.
Okay.
Equipment.
I put their names out there so that I could actually see.
But you completely
Cubes have
ignored.
names?
The tokens have names.
The
But
tokens have
Oh,
names.
Globagool. That was the name of it.
I'm not trying to take it first. She was armed.
That's
She does have 2 arms. Yes.
Okay.
I meant splash
Your
water.
fingers bitten off as you
So-
reach across.
Stuff.
It's your own fault for laughing at all things fart.
I don't know what to... Stop it! I don't know what to do. I guess I'm gonna.
Smash, man.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna attack the swarm.
Okay.
With your bare hands.
Oh.
Well,
He doesn't have bare
I
hands. He
have-
has half orc hands.
I do. I don't have.
Stage.
I mean, I just have a sword. Like I can't really. I'm confused as to like what I can do.
Kill the rats!
Well, traditionally one uses a sword to slice and stab things. Traditionally.
I mean, he is kind
So
of just coming
we'll
back
say you
to
came
like,
over
I know.
not
instead.
knowing anything.
Okay, so yeah.
He's like, what is this? Is
Probably
this?
What is
would've
Is this
Um,
the pointy stabby or the?
Yeah, I guess I'll pull out my greatsword and I'm just gonna I'm gonna rage and I'm gonna just
Golf
kind of.
swinging the rats.
Yeah, you can actually get up to them.
Okay.
So you can actually close
Perfect.
close the distance with
Okay.
them.
Called along.
Perfect. Then I will. I'm gonna attack with. Not Great Weapon Master. I'm just gonna do a regular attack, guys.
Okay.
Reckless attack.
Yeah. So. That's going to be 15.
That's enough to hit.
It's enough to hit, okay.
We were fighting a druid, and our
And
solution
then
was
my
stuff it in a bag and beat it to death as an owl.
What?
It was in the first Western game. You had a druid. And I just, for some reason, him dealing with the rats reminded me that the way we killed the druid was he was wild shaped as an owl looking around. And we stuck him behind him and grabbed him in a bag and just
So
beat the bag on the ground till he
it's going
died.
to be 12. No, sorry. 15 points of damage.
Okay. That does away with the rats.
Oh,
There's still
that
rats
was
on
easy.
the right side, though, yeah?
No.
No.
Hell,
okay.
all rats have been
I
dealt
didn't
with.
realize
There's
they were
just a
all dead.
donkey
All
and
the
the
rats are
gelatinous
dead.
cube.
As a swarm, I would have assumed that I would have had to poke a lot more.
Well, they got hit.
Yeah, they got
here,
plinked
so.
a good bit by Dells.
Okay.
Also, you probably swung once, and all the rats were like, "This is not worth it."
And then just ran back, and then ran into the cube and died.
As long as I don't
All right, so Killian.
Oh.
Donkey to the right of me, cube to the left. Here's the choice.
That's a grate on the far side of the wall.
That is, yes.
It'll take us another like 10 minutes to get through that at least.
I'm just gonna make a beeline for that grate and start working on it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, if you want plums, please. They're really good.
And as I go past everyone, I'm gonna be like, "All right, just stay out of the cube's way."
What happens if we throw the donkey in the other cube?
I don't know, but let's just
What does
stay out of his way.
What does two cubes?
Okay,
Don't know each
so
other.
going straight across, you do find a spot where the floor goes out from under you, and you have to sort of slosh across and swim across.
How deep did it seem?
Deep. So you wind up just a little shy of being able to actually get to.
We couldn't pinpoint, right? The exact location, other than that it was just this park.
I know the rough location. I just don't know like what tunnels there are that connect to it. But I do have a rough idea of like where it is.
He has soup.
Yes.
As long as it doesn't poop.
So are you?
I
So
don't know why.
I,
he's looking at you like that.
I'm just gonna start getting ready to work on it.
okay. Simi.
Well,
Just go punch bars.
There's always gelatinous cubes. Lance.
Well, we stopped the weird one, right? Like they're not dead.
they're not dead. The going thing is to avoid touching them. They move slow, so that should be
Just
doable.
don't even get close to them. They can suck you inside and they'll dissolve you with acid and they're real tanky.
Would I know, is there like, in an herbalism kit, is there something that might be very toxic to gelatinous cubes?
Do we have a base?
Can I melt it like salts? Like, what's the, like...
Do you even know what a gelatinous
If we have
We're gonna
alkaline
select
metals,
this.
can I fling them in and throw off the pH?
So
I attach a salt orb to to an arrow and shoot it in there and have it melt from the inside out. Like what's?
really want us to try this to have dehydrated gelatinous cubes, and then just like when I need to
don't-
use them, you just add water.
Oh.
make me a.
That's
Make
disturbing.
me
Right.
a. Make me a nature check.
Nature. Aw. I was hoping for medicine, but nature will work. Oh, not bad. 17.
Like a canteen,
What kind
a
of
metal
Daniel?
canteen.
Hmm.
And
What's wrong with you?
as
Steven
I
says that
recall,
to me
you
too.
did this too.
She
Remember?
just said I'm
You were like-
Daniel. She just said I'm Daniel. I'm like, I know. I just don't know what's wrong.
I mean,
So put the
I had a
giant
Java
gelatinous
monster.
cube
What do you mean?
inside.
Oh, she's caffeinated. That's what's wrong. she's high on life.
Like a
And monster.
glass separator. between- just the
You-
light hits the
you
wall,
don't-
glass shatters, and it- Yeah.
What? I'm sorry. What was your roll again?
17.
17.
Is it a slug?
Does it have like pocket salt?
Always.
pocket salt.
I can throw out a whole answer to this if you want, Keith.
Got some oregano here.
You just make it smell good.
A little bit of toothache bark.
Get back! I have paprika.
Salt bay it to
I will
death.
season you.
Season.
So you know that they have to deal with digesting a lot of organic material that comes through, gets caught in the sewers, and those can contain like salt like minerals, so you're not real sure that salt is going to be a thing.
The scientific answer here is we need alkalis, which are bases, and that will neutralize the acidity of the gelatinous cube.
You would need so much. For a
You
full
and your
gelatinous cube, though.
sciencey schmiancy talk. There's no such thing as science.
No.
Now you know what Keith thinks every time I propose a new idea that Killian wants to make something.
Propose.
He keeps saying no.
I mean, why would he say yes? He's got Danny.
Can I have more than one?
That's what Nate's for.
Not legally, you can't.
What?
So
Alternatively, well, I'll wait my turn.
so
I guess I can't do really anything, so
No,
I'm just gonna
that's,
not. I
That's
guess.
why I said the plan is avoid it.
Yep, I'll just
Hopefully it'll just
move up next
keep
to
going.
Killian and them by the
Maybe
by
he'll
the
go
little
after
thing
the
and-
donkey.
Hopefully it'll not be smart enough to be like, I sense organic material over there.
okay, so you're gonna use all of your
Sure, because I'm
Movement,
not
D
doing
stuff to
anything
get-
else. So
Everybody running away?
It's okay if we have to.
we're just pretty much avoiding it now that the rats are dead. Because at least they move slow, so theoretically,
Blast until it's dead.
if we stay in the big open room, we can just run around in circles as it
okay.
chases us.
Now,
So, how long is that thing a donkey?
An hour.
So if you guys just want to work on the grate, and then if it gets close to you, just start circling around the far side, and the two of us can just shoot it from the far end.
You'll take turns drawing aggro and you'll just kite it around the
We don't even
room.
have to kite it. We can just stand on the opposite end and shoot it with Eldritch Blast.
How fast can these things move?
Not very fast.
not
Not
very
that fast.
fast.
Convenient.
Let's
Yeah,
sound
let's
good?
do it.
Yeah, sounds
Okay,
good.
so I'm just gonna
Just
move to
do
the
it.
right side next
Someone
to the
watch
donkey.
the donkey.
Okay, I'm gonna move where I can like reach the donkey if I need to like pull it out of the way, and
Can
I'm
I
just
just-
gonna start shooting across the way, Eldritch Blast.
Like we've tied it up, right?
Not yet.
No.
No one's done with it yet.
I want to do that.
okay, so you want to get
That seems
into
smart.
like touch range with the
Yeah, so I
donkey.
can just move it if I need to,
Okay.
or if it tries to like bite me or kick me,
You should look past the donkey and see if
Okay,
there's
so
more coming
I am going to point out at that distance, you are technically out of sight, dark vision sight of
Oh, okay, then I would stay where I can see it.
of the other. Yeah,
I told
I mean, it
Steve
doesn't take much, but it was right at the very
we're gonna
edge of
get-
your
We're gonna
range.
find this magic, and it's gonna be a gelatinous cube factory.
Just set that up
And it just makes
outside the
them.
castle with the Empress inside, and cover up the windows and send in all of the
Just-
gelatinous cubes.
Close all of the castle doors. and
Yep.
Just let it cleanse the city.
Look like we waited.
Purge.
Sewer though.
No. Oh, how does this work again? Is it
Even if you find it,
D10?
you're gonna want it.
Ba, ba, ba,
I mean, we
ba.
could weaponize gelatinous cubes.
Not
we wouldn't
over
have
at
to
Agatha.
recruit. We have our own army. Why gelatinous cubes? Go for!
It'll
Okay,
take time for them to
so
get there. But
Yes.
18
Get there.
plus
Very slow.
2. Unnatural 20.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
So that is 10
I am the
points
General
of
Lord.
force damage.
10.
Yep.
Didn't you say you wanted to dehydrate?
Yeah, like imagine if we could like throw like some dust or some like use some magic to like dehydrate it. So you just have this little cube, and when you want the gelatinous cube back, you just like add water.
Just add water.
That's why dehydrated.
This is your chia.
Polymorph only replaces, or polymorph gives it the stats.
It
Yes.
gives it the stats, correct.
Like all the stats?
The target's game statistics, including
Yes.
mental abilities, are replaced by the
It is
statistics
for all intents and
of
purposes
the
a
chosen
donkey.
beast.
Okay.
It is smarter now than it has ever been.
There is the
Yes.
stats for a donkey.
Yes, it is.
Or mule, as it is referred
It has
to.
a
Yeah.
greater sense of self-preservation now than it did as a cube.
It runs around, runs
like,
into the other cube.
No.
Oh, imagine the kind of existential crisis you'll have, like
Gaining sentience.
turning into something smarter than you,
And then
and then
knowing
going
that
back.
it
Okay.
might turn back.
So,
So what will the donkey do?
If it's smart, it will run.
Can we name it?
No. we
We
don't
are
want to get
not
attached.
keeping the donkey.
okay. So
I can't make
Mal,
this permanent.
Mal,
Yes.
Uh-huh.
evens or odds?
Evens.
Even Stevens.
Okay.
Well, my middle name is Todd, so...
I thought it was IKEA.
Oh yeah, sorry.
IKEA.
Get it right, Steven.
Hold on.
It's fine. I
Where
will
you
You signed our
freaking
marriage
nerd.
license.
pull it up here.
There you go. No copies.
Is it
no
trying to
copy.
kick me?
I mean,
Or is it just hungry? It's like eating my pocket.
Stop
Stop it.
I mean, we
Stop
smell like cheese. You smell like cheese.
I do smell like cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese loving donkey.
Donkey.
Yeah, so it is actually going to. So it's gonna like come up to you and sort of kick out at you.
Dude.
+2 to hit.
You should smack it on its butt so it runs away.
Don't run into the water though. I don't want it to like break its leg.
An
And then turn back into a
11,
cube.
I assume, is not gonna
No.
actually do anything. So it just kicks at you.
Dude, stop it. Bad donkey.
Yo.
What are you
And
doing?
then this can go.
What are you doing?
That's a blatant lie.
I'm
Sorry.
getting so much anxiety from you.
One.
Why?
We're just passing notes.
Tra-la-la.
What?
The labyrinth. Nothing.
Oh.
Nothing. Nothing.
Okay.
Tra-la-la.
It's been so long.
And it.
It approaches.
That
Run!
scene where his crotch is like in your face.
And that's why
That's
you're
why I
amazing.
don't remember what he
5
said.
foot
She blacked it
reach.
out. She just like had it seared
I
into her
literally
mind.
did not hear words.
The area in that tape was just really worn down.
All right, so
It's her first one.
Tommy, you are close enough. It's gonna
Pseudopod you.
Yeah.
send out a pseudopod.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna pseudopod you.
But I'm a. Yeah, it's not gonna hit.
Okay.
Well, it has no eye.
9 is not gonna
No,
hit you, is it?
No.
Okay.
So
So it
actually, it's
And
iOS.
sort of-
So
zips right by your head.
gelatinous. iOS. IOUS.
Oh, I smell the
That brings us to the top of the order, and Milo.
That is the longest
I'm gonna
pronounce.
back up
She
Have
maybe
I
like 10 feet towards Mal.
Towards Mal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the gelatinous cube a beast?
No.
No, it is an
It is a-
ooze.
Charmin.
And then
No, please.
double Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay.
Let's see.
You'll have your day someday.
I will have my day.
If he
15
stays,
to
your
hit.
spells will
You do know there
it's-
is a Tommy between you and the cube.
It's fine, you can shoot around
15
you.
to
Sure,
hit.
alright.
15 to hit.
It's the reach around.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And we're back in one of Dell's dreams.
So both of those will hit.
Okay.
So it's gonna be. I should have popped out wings, but I didn't. That's fine. 15, 22, 27 points of force damage.
Jeez.
All right.
Maxon did like 10.
Well, you don't add your constitution,
I
and you
like
also don't get 2 hits.
You did the math. You're like, I got
Anything
max,
else?
which means I got. And it took you a minute to figure out what was max damage on a D10.
Well, no, it was just like when I first rolled.
I think that's gonna be it.
That's it? All right.
Because I can't. Do
It's
anything.
math and it's Monday. Come on.
And you're still. Do you have to concentrate on
I do,
polymorph?
yes,
Okay,
but I have not
cool.
been hit yet.
You haven't.
I'm waiting. Should that
All right.
arrive?
Cabbage. 'Tis you, my dear.
Yeah.
God.
So I'm up at the grate.
You are right there.
No, I moved up to the grate in my last turn.
Simi is up there for some reason.
Did
Simi
you?
did move up there.
No.
I don't. I guess I didn't hear that you
Yeah, I
had
used
told me that.
I used
Bonus
my
action
bonus
dash.
action.
Okay. My apologies.
No, you're good. What are they doing to the grate?
They're about to break it or try to.
About to try to open it.
Can I assist and watch for
Sure.
bad things?
Alternatively, you could keep this donkey from kicking me.
I smell like cheese.
What does that have to do with a donkey?
I'll try to see if I can calm the donkey. Animal
Uh,
handling, I'm assuming.
so you're gonna
As a
move
very-
over to the donkey?
Yes.
You could just,
Slowly,
like,
because
tie
I've
its
worked around
legs.
animals my whole life.
Okay.
But never one having an
How does this
extra
gelatinous cube understand what's going on?
It
Do you
does
want
for
me to
right
roll
now.
It
animal
does it right
handling?
now.
Yes, please.
Okay, it's 18.
Wait, what? What? Hold on. What?
The tag says this is not a toy.
What?
So.
It's real, guys. Max is real.
This is not a toy.
Weirdly enough, that seems to calm it down a little bit. And it's,
Just like petting its snout, nose. What part of? What is that called?
Head.
Glad Cabbage is better at
Face.
this than you are.
snout.
Face.
I would say
Face.
snout.
It's
Yeah.
face.
And petting its face. Snout sounds better.
Seems to be
Muzzle?
calming it down.
I'm muzzle. I think that's what it
I
is.
think it's a muzzle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna talk to it. You're such a nice thing. What's a really goopy vegetable? Okra. We're gonna call you Okra. I like okra.
So later, when this thing gets fried.
Yeah.
Fried okra?
Yep.
Just push it into the water.
All right, so that brings us to Dell's.
Yay! All right, so I pushed my way. What's going on? Can I, if I move up to Milo and Tommy?
So you are here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go assist Tommy.
Okay.
Tommy should be running away.
You don't want to be getting closer to this thing.
So
Oh.
what do you mean when you say you're going to assist? What are you wanting to do?
I was gonna go help him.
She shouts
Okay.
up like, "What are we doing?" And he just runs. Where are you going?
That's when the shadow appears behind her.
Because I haven't seen these cubes yet. From my last turn.
It's hard to miss now.
Yeah, you can see it now.
Okay,
It's
okay,
it's
okay.
yeah, it has moved into the room.
There's
So
There's
you
a
can
block
see
of
it there.
Jello moving down the
Well, the
hallway.
first time I only saw the rats, and then they came, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
Tommy's running away. I'm
I
going.
will be.
I'm going to save Tommy. I would like to throw at it
Look, let her live out her fantasy, okay?
a chromatic orb.
Charismatic.
Sorry. Chromatic orb.
Use my charismatic
Okay.
orbs.
Take charismatic.
Personalities.
And due to my extensive travel and study, I know that the best type of damage for it would be fire.
Are you waiting for me to like give you a sign of like
Yeah.
like how do I tell you to switch to a different one? Should I be like
Acid.
Oh yeah, do acid.
Acid.
That might heal it.
Fire.
Don't do acid.
Lightning.
Fire, water.
Throw alcohol.
water thunder?
Thunder. I use thunder. I use thunder orb.
Is
Okay.
thunder one of the
Okay, hang on.
options?
Before you actually do that,
Let me get out of the way.
we are in the sewer.
Oh no.
Thunder's gonna make a loud noise.
Oh,
It's gonna reverberate throughout the sewer system.
Since when have any of you been discreet in these tunnels?
we just got to these tunnels.
No one has done
Okay,
anything
fine.
not discreet yet.
I'll do fire.
Okay.
I'll burn the jelly.
I don't know if that affects a general
I
attitude.
don't know.
We're gonna find
I-
out.
It would be funny if you'd done acid because it's immune to acid.
No, yeah, 'cause
Surprisingly, no.
Really?
Yeah, it's not actually immune.
Alright.
It has condition immunities, but it is not
It cannot be
immune.
prone.
It cannot be done.
It cannot be blinded.
cube prone.
But yeah, there's no like.
When it turns over, you see on its underside, it's got little feet made of jello.
We should just shift themselves.
Yeah, weirdly, it doesn't have damage
It's like little
immunities.
starfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because it's other oozes that have the thing where it's like if you hit them with lightning, or piercing, they split in two.
Yeah, it's like pudding, black pudding.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a
Somebody hit with their sword and like,
hold on. I am
So you're doing chromatic orb. Is that a
Can you re-roll
an attack roll?
devils?
no.
It's damage you
Then it
change,
is
right?
a-
So what did
automatic-
you? Oh.
I'm sorry, what is the question?
Oh.
What is your total?
She rolled a 1.
My
Do you have a
total
plus
of what?
10?
My total of
she is too busy posing for Tommy.
Yeah.
So the fireball kind of
Kabling!
She forgets she's in an enclosed space and goes to lob it, and so just
make me just roll me a d20 real quick.
Fireball shaped like Tommy, like outline.
It's better.
There, that's good. 13.
13.
Okay. You roll well enough. You don't actually hit Tommy with your fire orb.
Oh yeah.
It just
That's
it
definitely
sails
what I was
past
trying to do.
the cube and impacts against the wall of the chamber.
throwing.
No. Dang it. Okay. I will then.
Sorry.
I like how you did that. You didn't actually touch it.
Right.
Yeah, that's
I don't
Do I
want
have
to
any
curse
more
people's
movement
dice.
Yeah, you haven't moved at all.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna run away from it. And be
Okay.
like, see ya.
Where do you want to go?
I'm gonna go towards.
Fake
I'm
I'm gonna run up the cabbage.
irritated
The
at
donkey.
Simi.
Okra.
Okra.
So
Sorry.
I don't really like donkeys.
Did you just say you're still irritated at Simi?
I did. I'm gonna go towards Milo.
I thought you were mad at cabbage.
I'm at a cabbage. Sorry, I got.
Oh, I was
Oh,
like,
what
what
did
did I
Simi do?
Sorry, she got confused because Steph is still irritated at you because someone put the cookie in front of you. It doesn't matter that you had nothing to do with it; it was in front of you.
Let
My children decide who they're mad
But I'm
at
gonna
too.
go over with Milo because it
Okay.
feels like I'm safer.
Okay.
I figured that just matter whichever parent they're dealing with at the time.
You'd think
And that's it.
All right, Tommy.
Well, I'm gonna run away.
Good man.
Good man.
All right.
Don't throw anything into it that you expect to get back.
Yeah.
So
okay.
it is going to use its reaction as you're moving away to take an opportunity attack.
Of course it is.
Like it does.
But I don't think that's going to do anything. Does a 16 hit?
It does.
Okay. So as you are running away, you will take 13 points of acid damage.
Remember when we used to be the most disruptive?
Half right? Because I'm enraged.
Acid is.
It's not.
Yeah.
What kind of barbarian?
Not one that's not a dragonborn. So I'm not immune.
Okay. So yeah, so you'll take the full 13.
Okay.
I'm referring to subclass, but that's fine.
But then you can run away. Where do you want to wind up?
19. 20.
See.
Nope, I still failed.
I want to go up next to the to Simi and Killian, help him with the grate.
Okay.
Way to go, strong man.
Break it
You can
down.
Get there.
Bring down this wall.
Kill them.
Yep.
Release
Alright.
the dam.
Cool. All right.
You both are on two very different pages in very different books.
All right,
Question.
Killian.
Do the cubes eat poop?
Yes.
That's
No,
how they-
no, literally, they are here to clean things up.
Yeah.
Is that
They
the
suck
magic
up-
you detected?
Could be.
But
I don't think so, because oozes don't normally register as magic.
are they
They're just
gelatinous
things.
or
Yeah, they're like
Yeah,
they're
they're
like a
gelatinous
jelly.
poopy?
Yeah,
I mean-
they have stuff suspended in them.
They-
They
yeah,
suck it
they
up
have
as they
stuff
move
inside
through and
them.
dissolve it. That's literally what they do.
Is there jelly cubes full of poop?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
poop,
dissolved poop.
Poop and
Not
rat.
a good snack.
Rat
Poop and
bones.
rat bones and
I
That
have
was
you know
human.
all,
higher sense of wanting to kill them.
a few of those. Yeah.
Traveling poop.
So
So gross.
Uh,
Poor
Killian.
workers of
trying
law
to
wells.
get this grate removed.
all right. How you doing it?
I'm gonna look for the most structurally weak point around the grate and attack it from that direction. I can get out my chisel and my hammer and
Go for it.
Do you need the crowbar?
Ding,
No, I
ding,
have
ding,
one.
ding, ding, ding.
I have thieves' tools, blacksmith's tools, tailor's tools, leatherworking tools, tinker tools. I think I'm good. I think I got it.
2 of those.
Oh,
Do you
what
have
do I-
tool tools?
So just go ahead and roll your
Masonry.
just one of yeah. Are you trying to like dig out the?
I mean, if that seems like the best way to
Actually, make me a just make me a perception check on these.
perception or investigation.
Investigation.
Yes.
Sorry. You're right.
That doesn't matter. That's a 1.
You-
So
Okay.
8.
Yeah, it's like okay. So you're
Yep.
gonna go after it with whichever set of tools you think is the most
Okay.
appropriate. I'm guessing masonry tools or something like
Yeah.
that.
Invent something to get us out of this.
MacGyver this.
That's not how inventing works. 19.
Or the force.
Necessity is the
Okay.
mother of all invention.
All right, so you
This feels nice.
hack away at the you hack away at the masonry holding the one of the bars up at the top, and it pops loose.
Cool. 1 down.
Does it make any noise?
Oh, you don't have it wrapped like I did.
See me.
I guess can I kick one of the bars? I don't know.
A stunning strike on the grate.
I mean, I punched a tree and
So
a
are
god talked
so
to
you,
me.
so are you just like going
am.
going all in and
man.
It'd
going
be a
for the
side
kick?
so that if it like doesn't do anything, it's not gonna break me.
There, that's it.
Okay, what
Green
is
luck.
Kick yourself into the cube.
what's your passive perception?
Oh. Passive wisdom is 18. So no, 10 plus 3, 13.
13. Okay, just
Whoa.
Right, 10 plus
That's
your wisdom
16.
modifier.
Her is 16. It's 10 plus your perception. Well, Perception.
Oh, plus perception. Okay, I thought it was just 10 plus wisdom. Okay, yeah, so 16.
Also, if you have an 18 wisdom, your modifier is +4, not +3.
Oops.
We'll figure it out.
You're
That's
gonna,
fine. I'll
it's
change
a
it
mess. It's a mess.
So what is
16.
16.
It's 17.
Oh, right, because 17.
17? Passive perception.
Oh, because of the 4. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we're good. I'm
Okay.
there now.
We'll fix
Sorry.
that in post.
Yep, we'll fix it in post. It's fine.
You making a note to fix Danny's character sheet?
No, that's not what I'm
Okay.
making a note of.
But you might want
I mean, that sounds like something that would happen with me and Steven.
That's it. It's yep.
Grab me a pencil, please.
This is a pen.
Yeah, that's
Do you want a
why I
pencil?
didn't grab
You know,
it and do
that'll
the
work.
thing a minute ago.
You committed an act of musical terrorism
When?
just now.
What?
I have a pen.
I
No!
have an apple.
Go back to the corn
Uh.
song.
Apple
I-
pen.
No, when I am not being blamed for that. I just said, here's a pen.
Pineapple.
Yep,
That was
that was
it.
Pineapple
enough.
pen. Apple pen.
I don't think you can blame him for that one.
Pen. Pen pineapple apple pen.
I'm gonna reach out and push the gate open.
Wow.
Good call.
You just hear Della
Well done.
scream from across the room. What?
It's all
Killian
good.
to
It's under
leave
control.
the lose focus on the most important part of checking to see.
No, he did.
Plugged in.
Killian's currently going through some PTSD. Okay, the last time he fought one of these, it killed him.
Or like straight up killed him.
Like it took him down, and he had to be dragged out of the tomb.
Oh.
Guys,
It was real bad.
there's a, yeah.
You're literally inventing things. Like on the spot.
Yep. Yep.
All right, so are you going to step?
It's easier.
Technology just progresses.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, a swarm of rats.
So you've opened the gate. I will count that as an interaction if you would like to take action against said rats.
Sure. Yeah.
And the gate wasn't locked.
No.
Why would you lock it if there was
Three
grates
grates.
on the
There's so
other side?
many grates.
There was only 2 that we've dealt with so far.
So,
It's not an exit gate.
let's see. The least of these is oh crap! I just
Yeah.
that was a 6, was it? Yeah, I think that was a 6. So yeah, the least of them is gonna end up being a 14.
Yeah, they'll all hit.
Okay, so that's gonna end up being and they're all +5, so 27.
You just curb stomp this swarm.
Here's the rat
Just feel
stomping.
like this flurry of rats in the sky now.
I like to imagine you come in and you just kick one so hard that it like smacks
Splatters.
into the other wall and just splatters, and the rest of them are like, nope.
Everybody run!
The prophesied destroyer.
Got it.
The foot! The end is near! One rat's holding aside the end is near. He's like, I warned you all!
repent, the end is nigh.
All right. So you have taken care of the rats.
In my mind, after that happens, and they still you kick the one, and the rest of them scatter, and you just.
All right, Mal.
Pew! It's the guy from Gamers.
Crap.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That's gonna be a 10.
10 will hit.
Yay!
Like they have an AC of 8.
Oh,
Yeah, they're not
6,
hard to hit.
Oh, is it 6?
2 points of damage.
Okay.
In fact, joke's on you. If you have a melee weapon, they want you to hit them because then your weapon gets stuck.
Yep. All right.
Again, this is why I said we don't want to mess with them.
Yeah, literally the only thing I can do is my light crossbow against
Yep.
them, so.
Can you squish them?
Nope.
Incoming!
All right.
If I had something alkaline enough, I might be able
Like
to
if
melt
there
them.
was a grate in the way, they just go through
And
it.
Milo.
And if they
Okay,
can get close enough, they will just engulf your whole body and trap you inside.
But like, what if there's like a cave in?
How badly injured does this gelatinous cube look?
It's their problem.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
I mean, it's definitely starting to like leave little flecks of
Okay.
itself around, but it's still holding together mostly.
I'm gonna
Does
back
it
up to
float?
Mal and just like, move
Yeah.
back, go back. Actually, no, wait, I'm gonna go up towards where Tommy and Killian is.
Okay.
I'll take the donkey back with me
I
that
have
way.
a donkey.
Yeah, we'll take the donkey back that way.
And I will Eldritch Blast the gelatinous cube. Even though that is a 3 and a 4, that still hits. That's gonna be
Worst.
20 points of force damage.
Okay.
And that's my turn. Keeping a focus on the concentration of the what was the name of it?
Polymorph.
The polymorph.
Okay. Cabbage.
Come on.
I'm over with Mal and the donkey.
Yep, you are.
I guess I'll shoot an arrow at the incoming cube.
All right.
Fire everything.
$26 to hit, so that hits. I get sneak attack because you're flanking me?
I'm right next to you.
You'll get.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, there is nobody
Never
flanking with
mind.
the big thing of goo.
Well, then that is 7 points of damage.
All right. I'm gonna just sit tight where you are.
Yeah, I'm with Okra.
Okay.
Oh, you should back it up a little bit
I'm gonna
because it's
back
coming
Okra
towards
up.
us.
Back that ass up.
Yes.
How far?
I still want to be able to see what's happening. So, wherever like the edge of my vision's gonna be.
Hanging out
Yeah,
with
you-
the donkey.
Pretty much there.
Yeah.
Out with a donkey.
All right. Dells.
Well, I see it approaching like a deadly Zamboni.
Indeed, you do.
Yes.
I'm gonna go Rambo, like I have thing. I'm just be like, "Rah!" and shoot out my magic missiles.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it at 4th level, so I have 6.
Okay.
Imagine
And I did
fourth
not
level
crush my
spells.
dice.
It's nice.
And 2,
I only have 4th level spells.
3.
I have 2. That's it. And then I have to have a nap.
I have 2 first level spells.
Alright, I'll just roll. Oh, here's 5. 6. Okay, here we go. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23.
Nice.
23 games of damage.
So what spell were you casting?
Magic missile.
How do you want to do this?
Hey!
Yeah.
Butterflies just tear through it, pop, da, 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 and it's like,
I've never been frightened of butterflies until this very moment.
Was it these things that when you hit them, it like
Splash?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
No.
Okay. I couldn't remember what enemy that was.
Okay. Killian, do you want pieces of this thing?
No.
Okay.
No, I do not.
and then I Really?
Mm-mm-mm.
Join music. I guess Mal. I'm like,
Okay, we got about an hour before that donkey
You okay?
turns into back into one of those cubes. So.
Do we just want to tie it to the bars up front?
No.
I say just let it loose.
We need
What's
to.
wrong with
But then it could
out
show
front?
up behind us or in front of us or.
We
We'll-
can just.
We
keep
just gotta
it
leave
here.
before it turns back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
What do
leave
you guys
here.
have up there?
That's an excellent question.
Is there anything in
It
the
is.
pile of bones, or is it just a pile of bones?
Make me
There's
an
rats
investigation
cowering
check.
in fear of Simi.
just too many frightened rats like clinging to the wall, going.
16.
16.
one appears.
Damn skinny.
Forgive us, mighty top
Second.
dominate the beast. I will
Should have
beguile
had
the
this
donkey.
open and didn't.
Bagul? You gonna bagul the donkey?
I could beguile it.
Beguiled.
Nothing in life quite like a beguiled donkey.
Why would you ask this?
I wasn't dice for there's the equipment.
There are a lot of things on that app that sometimes I'm like, I don't think you actually would be asking that.
Mm-mm. Where is my mouse? Excuse me?
What mouse are we talking about? Are we talking like computer mouse?
No.
Animal
like a
mouse?
A rat mouse.
Oh. Try to do this.
Also, Natalie, way to get 100 days.
Is that the 3A?
Thanks.
Hmm?
Pixel 3A?
4. Yeah, just
By the
4.
way, you're welcome for killing me.
Yeah, no. Good work.
Okay.
You're the only one.
Do you want me to check
Actually,
out
that is super impressive.
the
I was
tunnel?
just distracted by rats.
Well, the first I'm waiting for a
I'm in the
description
wrong
of what I
room,
find
so I
on the
didn't
other
get to
side
see
of
the
this door
badassness.
that we've opened.
So it is further tunnel back there.
We got a
The
fork.
attempted token, movement, illusion on
Okay,
one of the
Keith.
walls.
From my, so I know roughly where that source of magic was.
Yep.
Do I think that, which tunnel do I think will get me closer?
Straight ahead.
Okay. So no, we'll take the. There's more tunnels in here, and this should get us closer.
Okay.
Yeah, you think so?
And I'm gonna go right.
When you bought that big
So you're gonna go right? Okay.
I'm gonna keep it very close. Does this sewer tunnel also look abnormally clean?
Yes.
Gosh dang it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna move to the right, and I'm gonna try and be real careful and keep an eye out for more cubes.
Oh.
Keith, the walls are in the way.
Okay.
How
So,
many
so
times
give
do we
me
have to
just
bill
1
you?
second. I need to look something up here.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
Google.
I'm gonna
How
stab
do I
one.
kill my team?
I see it approaching like a deadly Zamboni.
I had to add that one. That was just not something that I hear every day.
Wasn't that a Sopranos kill? Was Death by Zamboni? Or is that a different
I
Don't know.
Don't
I'll look it up
know.
now.
It's pure
You doing okay over there, Keith?
Yep.
He's trying to juggle.
Deadpool. It's from Deadpool.
Okay. He's probably trying to juggle so many things. I don't like that he's taking a picture as well. That means proof of natural 20.
Look, man, things are weird in Russia.
And did we not already know that?
Well, the sentence he just did was the bird is drinking milk.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am paying attention to, I promise.
ADHD.
What was that?
That was
That
Daniel's
was me.
computer.
That was me. I have a meeting in 10 hours.
Wait, is this what I find in the pile?
It's 12 hours,
10-hour
sorry.
alarm.
Okay. So you're gonna go right.
Yep.
I am trailing along.
Okay. Oh no.
Leave it to Milo to search the dead bodies.
I don't like the combination of 4 words in this sentence.
Wait, you checked those bodies that we just passed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You check the skeletal
I am
remains.
scared because of this one sentence. A card deck similar to the deck of many things.
Oh.
Similar.
Did this come out of the deck of cards that I had? That I gave you? Or is this from somewhere else?
No, it's from something else.
And it's not a deck of illusions, right?
It doesn't have anything to do with pyramids, does it?
It's a bag of beans.
No.
Nothing matters having when we use the deck of many things.
We've used the deck of many things.
Andrews?
I have to
He's a silly
move some
deal.
things.
Okay.
You don't give your people a deck of many
I was gonna say
things.
they're also silly players. If I have
That's
find a
true.
deck of many things, I'm locking it up.
I'm pulling it.
Don't ever put it in the
Does
game.
your character
first.
know what it is, though? That's the
Fair
thing.
point.
I feel like as soon as I see all the nasty magic associated with that, like I will know enough to be like, not touching that.
You would be curious.
Mm-mm.
You sure about that?
Yes.
I've had a deck of many things. It's not great. It's scary.
Yeah, but your character might not know that.
That's true.
You'd have to identify it to see all of the really
Okay.
crazy stuff that it was
So-
throwing off.
You go to
I
you,
feel
you do go down the hallway.
I would be curious.
Makes a turn, and you're seeing smaller tunnels off to one side.
How small?
Pretty small. They're tiny. Not tiny. They're small enough that you're not going to be able to get through them, but big enough that it looks like maybe the stuff coming out from houses along the edges of the
Okay.
green space might be flowing into this into these pipes.
Cheese drain.
I'll keep going forward looking for a
I will at least tell you that I did find some cards.
cool.
Does the Shagan have like a decent like bathing system? Dang.
We have a wash tub.
But we have a
We're
river.
by the river.
We do have a river. We're gonna have to river off.
Actually, this is all really clean
Because of
Oh, this is the
because the
clean stuff?
gelatinous cubes
Yeah.
come through and keep it clean.
It's a really good system.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, as long as you don't have to go down in it.
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll let the other one like turn back into a cube and just make sure all the grates are how they're supposed to be. And we'll be
Does
good.
it eat like metals?
eventually.
Eventually, it just takes
Takes
longer.
longer.
So like if it sucks up your body, right, as it's going along, like if you die, you, like your flesh and muscle and everything will dissolve really fast, but then like your items and stuff will linger for much longer. So a lot of them, as they go by, you can see like items and stuff suspended in them.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for any diamond rings. Jewelry.
Diamond rings. They're real likely to flush those here.
They drop them. They could drop them.
If you kill all the gelatinous cubes, then they might have sewer issues.
So looks to be
That's true.
another.
You know, if we ever need to
Swarm of rats.
for
Swarm of
some
rats.
strange reason mess with the city.
Ah, swarm of rats. See
But
me,
That
go!
tunnel goes.
I
to
choose
the
you.
right. Hang on. As we're going down, Killian's gonna be like, "Let's go back and check the other way. This tunnel is gonna turn the wrong direction for where we
Wait,
want to
there's
go."
a left turn though.
Is there?
Yep.
That looks like a right.
There's
Where?
a left
There's
too.
a left. I see it.
It's
Is there a
rocks.
left right there, Keith?
There's rocks.
There's at least an opening in the wall.
You're gonna have to go up there and see. Is what I see.
Yeah. Is that an actual like?
That
I
is
can't
that
tell
is
from my
that is
angle.
actually beyond your
Oh.
dark
Ah.
vision range.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I guess we keep going because I wouldn't be able to see the end and see that it turns the wrong way anyway.
Fair point.
There's no turns or anything. It just goes on and on.
It never ends that way too.
Just a stroll.
I'm a lot less afraid of
down the
Steve.
sewer.
What did I do?
Nobody calls you Steve.
Nobody calls me Steve, but that's fine.
No, Steve would be weird for you.
Yeah, not a Steve.
You don't look like a Steve.
I heard one person call you Steve, and I was like,
Some people call Daniel Dan, and I'm like,
So
Mm,
make
no.
me a perception check.
that's his father.
Danny.
Oh, I don't like that. Danny is Danny.
23.
But I'm Danny.
although we did have a Danny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another Danny.
We had two
Daddy.
Dannys for a minute.
Which way is it
Danny,
going?
Danny. Oh.
And we're going the other way.
Everybody run!
About face.
And we're going the other way.
Okay then.
Okay.
We
so
are running. We are running.
you guys can very easily outrun this
No, I was gonna say, we don't have to run, but as soon as Killian sees that there's one, he's like, nope, 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 nope.
Fair. Okay, so other way it is.
We're going, and we're going, and we're going.
We're just
How did
gonna
these
run
things
into
get in
the
here
other
in the
one.
first place?
I mean, they were placed for sure.
But like,
Well,
how
we've
do
been
you
here
place a
since-
cube like that?
No.
Wait, should we come back out here?
Maybe they had
the
the,
left, to the
dehydrated
left.
thing.
Killian would want to keep going the
The left way.
The other way.
The
Yeah.
left way, huh?
Okay. Really need to put in one of those like follow the leader things.
I mean, do you want to just move one token for
Yeah.
now until we go to combat?
Yeah. Probably do that.
There you go.
We'll leave it as red that you guys are all together.
Yeah.
This is the game we play.
So it looks very much like the mirror image of what you saw before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And there is another swarm of rats.
See me?
Is there another gelatinous cube?
Make me a perception check.
It's looking dirty yet?
That's
24.
natural one. I definitely didn't
There
see it.
is, in fact, another gelatinous
And I
cube
assume it's
there.
coming towards us.
It is.
Alright, so there's cubes coming towards us on both sides.
Gosh.
And this is for sure the way we need to go?
Well, where we want to get is there.
Oh. Milo,
Mm-hmm.
any chance this can be a donkey too?
But yes, but
But then the other one.
the other one is no
Oh,
longer a
Um,
donkey,
I
which means
think
that
we
closes
should
our
back
escape
up to
route.
that central room and see if the cubes like come together. Because you remember in the tomb they like
Yeah,
were
they
on
had
a
a pattern.
rotation, so they might like come to the same
It's
spot
gonna
and then
take
go back the other way.
forever. What are these little holes? Can we fit in them?
No,
No,
and I don't
they're-
think you want to go in those.
I mean, no, but like just to let it pass. All right.
I mean, the alternative is we try and kill one.
Well, no. Hang on. And Mal's gonna start running at the cube.
We have a delves.
What are you?
I'm like
what?
halfway through drawing butterflies.
And then I will pop my shadow on the other side and switch with it and keep running past.
Okay.
Ooh. Did you just party?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is what I do.
Cube. He split us.
Okay, so I don't know how that was supposed to help the rest of us, but let's all back it up unless we want to try and kill another one.
I can't touch it, so okay, I'm gonna back up.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it unless we can't get away from it. I don't think it's worth wasting our time trying to kill one.
Okay. So let me do some
And it
shuffling
will
here.
potentially hurt the town if we do.
Yeah.
I mean, with all the people that go to the
Actually, to be
meetings,
fair,
they need.
Since I have this, is that
They have to
not
have good
what
sewer
it
cleaning.
could
Yeah.
be
Okay. So we'll
the tarot deck?
That's disgusting.
Oh,
Could that be it?
could that be a little
So
magic?
much cheese poops.
We'll back up so we're out of the way, and then I can check and see.
Okay.
And then I guess we wait and see if Mal returns or if he dies a horrible death further into the sewers.
Stop it.
okay.
Just
So
remember you
we'll
married her.
we'll
Yeah,
just
by
leave
choice.
you guys sitting here and pull out the.
If it's gonna take 10 minutes for the cubes to make their way down here, and that time Killian's gonna be ritual casting detect magic.
Okay. You will have that time to do that.
Great.
So while you're doing that, let's go deal with our friend Mal.
Because the last time he split up from the rest of us, it went so well.
It was great. Mal is just gonna run ahead and check what's down there. To the right specifically. Does the cube turn to follow me, or does it keep going on its merry way?
No, it keeps going on its merry way.
I thought so.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't
It's
remember the tomb
It's
that
like
they,
a
went
Roomba.
out. No, yeah, like I don't remember them ever like deviating to come
Yeah.
after us. It was
Yeah,
just
it's
if
a
you're in the
Roomba.
way.
All
The
right.
problem's just they're usually in tunnels that there's no other way around.
I mean, it's the most efficient way to clean the tunnels.
Yep.
All right. So you're going to go up to the right.
Yep.
Okay, let me
check out what's in there, and then I can go back and let everybody know if it's worth it or not.
What's your next
Okay.
Not until after the show.
Ah,
Unless this Saturday is
Do.
okay.
Do.
Which it might be.
all right. This is a hacky hack. So that you guys can see what I want you to see. All right, so there is a little small tunnel there that leads off to the side.
Ooh, is that dropping? Is there like a distinct up or down?
There's a little bit of a down to it, not a big one, because there is a little bit of a lip so that the water goes where it's supposed to go. But there is a little bit, once you get past a little hump, it does turn into sort of a downward.
Okay, Mal's gonna touch the side. Is this like carved stone? Like it looks like it was dug out on purpose? Or...
Yes, it was definitely dug out on purpose. It is rough hewn. It is
Gotcha.
not, it's not a clean job.
But it also wasn't dissolved by acid.
Right.
Okay, so Mal will go stealth mode and sort of walk along one side of the wall.
Okay, so it is a very narrow passage.
Boom, 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 boom.
Very narrow passage. Should be doing it down here.
Are we all going, or is this just? Oh, it's just Mal.
No, this is just Mal because he swapped around the
Gotcha.
gelatinous cube. So none of us are actually seeing any of this.
Okay.
So, if Mal dies before he gets back.
Yep. We just won't know. What is it about Steven's characters?
I mean, they're played by Steven is what's about them. That is the common denominator.
This is true.
So you sort of skirt around this little stalagmite or column, really, in the passageway, and you do find.
He's moving real slow at this point. Is there a light?
Yes.
He is turning around and he is sneaking back the way he came.
Wait, you're not gonna go look at the lights?
No!
Why the hell would you not
You
go
never
look at
go
the
to the
lights?
Mal wanted to get a look to see if if we were going to end up at a dead end, but he did not want to go dive headfirst
He
into
doesn't
danger.
want to be a dead end.
He doesn't want to be dead in the dead end.
All right. So you're going to wind up going back.
Yeah, and then once I hit the sewer proper, he'll go run towards this thing, switch places around it, and let everybody know what he found.
But if Steven's on one side and we're on the other, would that mean that we're flanking the cube? Wait, hold on.
I mean, if we decide to melee it, yeah.
Why didn't you get a closer look?
Because I
Also,
didn't
he's not
want
back yet.
Okay.
to
So,
die.
well, I mean,
I-
so the cubes do come in. Do a sort of a one comes in one direction, sort of sweeps around the side of the
room.
the chamber, goes out
Do they just
one of the side
miss
passages.
the skeletons?
It sweeps them up.
So they're recent then.
Yes.
Oh,
Is judging by the way they move, can Killian deduce whether there's like a reliable enough pattern that we could, like, we can get up to wherever he got to without having to like.
You've seen a grand total of 4, and they were all moving on different paths. So you're not real sure that you could deduce a pattern necessarily from that.
We ready? We're gonna try to time this and just
Okay, so
move
you're
down the
back.
hall?
Tell us what you saw.
Yeah, like there was a light down there. It is a purpose-driven path. There was a light though, so I suspect that maybe your kind men are using it as a hideout
why didn't you go take a look?
because that would have been reckless.
Why didn't
I
you
appreciate that.
sneak?
Again, we've discussed having like
Yeah, we gotta communicate
tutorials on
before
that.
we do stuff.
Okay, so then the question is, does everybody feel confident sneaking in there? Is there anybody who wants to stay behind because they're not confident in their stealthing abilities?
I mean, I could go invisible.
I'm a ranger.
I should be fine.
Always stealthy.
Power Ranger, though.
It took me a minute.
I love that so much.
I am invisible as well.
Okay, well, just because you're invisible doesn't mean that people can't find you.
Right.
Especially when you're walking in water. the
I'm just
splashes.
asking, so we like if you are not if you don't think you're going to be able to stay quiet and stay stealthy, now is your chance to stay behind. Those of us who feel like they can will go check it out.
Whoever had cheese last night, not sitting behind.
I'm not
That was
staying
tonight.
behind. I'm
We have T-minus 3 hours before that becomes a problem.
Yeah, so everybody's good to go.
good to go. You know I'm sneaky.
I'm not very sneaky.
Do you want to stay back?
I should probably stay back.
Did it look like the cubes go through the tunnel?
No.
You want to come with and just stay
Just
at the
wait
entrance of
behind.
the tiny tunnel?
I can do
Tiny.
Yeah, the less we are separated, I think the better.
I think that's
I can
probably.
So
least-
yeah, I think we'll just try and shoot the gap and follow behind this one.
that. I can at least do that.
Okay.
I have
So they
disadvantage
again they sort of cross here in the room.
Yep.
And each one of them goes down a separate tunnel this way. So as you guys are sort of standing there in the water, they don't actually come into the water necessarily.
Oh, so they go through down the other ones. They don't go back up through to the little
Yeah.
tunnels.
Yes.
Okay, well then
that's
we'll
fine.
try and make it down the
Also,
little tunnels.
why were there a bunch of skeletons in a path that they're running on?
Because somebody dumped bones.
Like right there
This would
recently?
be a really good place to dump it, but
I mean, yes, it would.
But also, that door was just barely open.
I
So
don't like the way you said that.
Yeah, but they can pass through doors like that without a problem.
Yeah, no, I don't know why.
I'm gonna
but
take notes.
I mean, there
It's
might
just,
be
it's like taking your dead
circumstances.
body and dumping it in a bathtub full of lye.
All right, let's go before we talk about this anymore.
Agreed.
Moving on. So we're gonna go up and try and make it to that tunnel, Keith.
Okay.
Here I
th-
thought Cabbage
so
and
there's
I were on the
actually
same
nothing
page.
between you guys and that tunnel.
Ah, 'cause we took one out of rotation.
Yeah.
Well, two, I guess, technically, because we have the donkey.
no, you know that I was on your side. I'm not for just killing. But if we do,
Sure, I get you guys.
She
in the
doesn't
right
want to
spot.
murder haphazardly, but when she does murder,
I want my,
She wants a
I
good way
want
to
it
get rid of the
covered.
bodies.
Yes.
she's a professional.
Yeah, that's
You
professional.
guys are all
plan.
just kind of a clump right now, and
That's
we'll
fine.
have to deal with it.
We are.
I am a club.
Killian will want to
We
be
are
in
Rat
front.
King.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, do you want to send me what the cards do, by the way?
Keith sent it. Did he send
I send it to you directly.
I will send that to you real quick.
Ooh, you're in the after stage.
I could use this for
Withdrawal.
anyone who is an arcane spellcaster.
It's hitting you. You're crashing.
And Monday is hitting me.
Okay.
Monday already hit me.
Rude.
Interesting.
All right.
I don't like that. That all it says is this is similar to the deck of many things.
That's
We don't
it.
know how.
As in, it's a deck of cards. As in, it's a trap.
It had the same illustrator.
Right?
Yes. That's probably it.
Sure.
All right. So you guys go down the tunnel
Very quietly.
very quietly. Let's see.
What's this? He's got his own theme song?
So Milo, you're just gonna sit there and wait.
Yeah, because I have disadvantage and only a +2 to stealth, so.
What's the worst that could happen? We
You
just
want me to
get
join?
caught in the sewer.
You want me to join?
I don't
No,
care.
Not if you're not confident in stealthing. I'm sure if we get in a fight, you'll hear it.
Ooh, Milo! Or no,
And it is a really tight
Quite
squeeze
high this
through
time.
one section there. I
Rolled a
will
19.
have everyone who is going down the tunnel make me a stealth check, please.
27. Jeez. I is invisible, but I'm not.
Oh no. Your basic edition. I
Yes.
am interrupting.
Yes,
4.
7.
12.
I will murder you. No, I won't. That was for legal purposes a joke.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Extreme ends.
Okay.
Okay, so
Also, you know, I thought it was a joke
So you-
until you said that.
so you got stupid high 27,
23.
23,
18.
Just realized
18.
we're live streaming. 24.
24,
19.
19,
16.
16. So the lowest was the
Just-
16.
Just for my
Yeah,
own,
the lowest is
just for my
Just
own,
to see what you would have
just-
gotten.
Just for my own amusement.
Okay.
Yeah, good thing we left you
You
behind.
did the right thing.
Yes.
Brayden.
Good job, Brayden.
I would
Good
like to leave Max with. If you're staying behind, I'll leave Max with you and tell
Okay.
you to send him to me if you need help.
Sure. How do I talk to her?
He's just gonna, when he gets in trouble, help!
No, just and I'll say like stay with Milo and if he needs anything, you come get me, okay? All right. Good job.
Look, as we've learned, pets and children,
They're very
pretty much the
similar.
same.
And the lowest was a 16?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, who got 16?
I did.
The Ranger.
Dude.
The Power Ranger.
My communicator went off.
Oh my gosh. I had one of those watches.
I believe.
Oh,
She still has one.
I want one.
All right.
This better not be a cult of were-rats.
Why would you say?
Because when he was going through, I was like, something small, lives in tunnels, what could this be? And then I was like, oh, it's gonna be were-rats.
Look, it is the kind.
Yep. That's what we
That's
hear.
my text thing for a long time.
It was mine for quite a while too, actually.
What's the sitch?
Missed this.
It is, yeah, it is basically the same sound.
Yep. No, that's when you did. I was like, wait, that's from Power Rangers. I thought that was from
Admittedly, I haven't seen either one of those. So I
What?
thought it was from Kim Possible.
What is it from?
Kim Possible. Also uses that sound for
Yeah,
her
it's like
communicator.
similar.
Stealer thief.
Steelers. Thief.
So I don't see any. Oh, I see something across the room.
Coincidentally, Nickelodeon's theme. Nick, 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 Nick,
Yeah.
Nick, Nickelodeon.
It's
So
not
you
similar.
do
Super,
see you do see a guy sitting there, sort of leaned back,
Guy.
Does he look evil?
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
his
what
with
is
his hands.
He's in a sewer. You
back.
have to look evil if
What
you're
do
in a
you look?
sewer.
What does he look like?
I mean, he looks. I mean, he's a guy.
Is
I mean,
he
he's-
dressed like a pirate? Is he dressed like a guard?
Does he look like
Looking
he's
like a
expecting
man.
us?
He looking like a man.
He does not look like he's expecting you. He is sharpening a dagger.
Mad TV or whatever.
He's not
sharpening
dressed
a dagger
like.
behind his back because you kind of went like that, like he was relaxing, so he's sharpening it behind his head. What a badass!
So he's he's working on his cutlery. What?
Pardon me. We good? We're good. Okay.
So he's.
What is he doing?
I don't know.
Does he have his hands? His hands behind his head? Is he sharpening a dagger? Is he doing both?
So that was Keith. Okay.
He's got 4 hands, 4 arms, so he's doing both.
It's the sharpen
So
one
so
back
he
here,
so
we
he
can
is
get it right.
he is sitting there.
Sorry, Keith.
He is sitting there sharpening a dagger. He's dressed a little roughly. He does not look like a guard. Does not look like a pirate.
Wait, why is the light changing? Oh, it's just flickering.
It flickers because it's a really cool effect on Foundry.
No, it was just flickering, and I thought it was moving
Oh, no.
in. I was like, oh no!
What's this thing in the middle of the room?
Sister?
Oh man.
So from you can just kind of barely peer over it, and it is a sort of a pit in the floor. Basically, it's a sump spot to catch water that's flowing in.
So Gillian is gonna look behind him. I don't know how far back Cabbage is, but he's gonna be like, "Psst, Cabbage, come here." So I don't know how far back she is, but
She
if
is.
there's any,
I mean, she is all the way at the back of the line.
so you're gonna have to squeeze back.
But I'm real sneaky.
Just like pass you over the top.
Actually, no, we can do this. Killian, you pass it to Mal. Mal passes it to Del. Del to Tommy. Tommy to Simi, and then finally to Cabbage. So it's basically this. So it's Killian to Tommy. Tommy to Mal. Mal to Del. Del to Simi.
I'm just gonna-
She's like,
Killian says he needs a cutlass.
I guess you can borrow mine.
They're gonna have your cutlass and be like,
No, I will wiggle
If
my
it goes
way
back,
up.
you get back a fork.
Okay, so you sort of wriggle your way up. You can't go through that wall.
Killian, we don't have a cutlet.
it's like a steak cutlet.
It's a weird time to be asking. I mean,
Okay.
I need a bucket of chum.
we have 3 wheels of
Does
cheese.
that look like one of your people? Like your criminal, underworldly, less than reputable pirating people?
I don't think so.
Are there any signs? Did you see any signs in the tunnel or coming here? The stuff that marks things?
I don't think so.
No, I didn't see anything. I don't think this is the kind of thing.
Okay.
Is there any kind of imperial anything?
We could ask.
They said he was rough looking. Like,
Indeed. Yeah, he looks like he's dressed pretty roughly.
Okay, I'm about to do something that's a really bad idea.
Great.
Stay here and cover me.
Hold on.
Go
No.
go invisible.
Okay.
I'll move up and see what else I
I
can
would
find.
still be
and
around.
if I have to, go sedate that.
Hmm?
I was just like, I can turn myself into rat, and then I have rat statistics.
But I'm saying this specifically to you, Cabbage, because I don't want everyone following me. Okay, so Killian is gonna go invisible.
That's
Okay.
Sassy.
Also, I have to check magic
so
going. Am I
sassy
seeing
when you
magic in this room?
No.
Okay. So Killian's invisible now. Killian's gonna move forward into the room as quietly and stealthily as he can.
Make me a stealth roll.
Roll
Invisibility
well.
gives you advantage.
Yes.
Okay, well that's kind of useless for me. But I already get it from my armor. It's not like double advantage helps.
I mean, he can't see you one way or the other. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're invisible. It's just a matter of footfalls and stuff.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Okay, so
I need
here's
to
the
wash
thing.
my hands now or something.
And make sure that I select you as you go invisible. Wow.
You're
Yeah,
gone.
I'm invisible to everyone, Keith.
Including yourself.
Including
It
your
doesn't-
Vanished
it
entirely.
doesn't.
I know that is
Okay.
actually a problem with going invisible if you can't see yourself.
Okay.
You lose a lot of.
All right, so you are invisible. He can't see you.
So you think.
Okay.
So you do see a set of grates here to the north. There's water flowing in to the sump. There's chests and crates and boxes strewn around the room. You do have the one lookout guard, whatever, doing his thing over across the room. There is another tunnel that leads in, kinda where the one that you guys came through, just on the other side.
Terrible.
No.
No, I just.
What? I didn't. I'm sitting in the tunnel twiddling my thumb in the dark.
But she knows you'd say yes in a heartbeat. All we'd have to do is say Milo kill his man.
He needs to stop having evil ideas, and you are the most likely to follow them.
Hi, Milo. Hello.
Oh, my stats.
Those are not your stats.
You have commoner stats.
I have commoner stats.
Filthy commoner.
Yeah.
Welcome
It's
back.
not really designed for this small window. That's
No.
the problem.
So what are you trying to do?
Well, first off, I'm trying to get back to you, but then I was also trying to.
Pardon us.
Pardon
we
us while
experience
I'm-
some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
What just happened?
You did a jingle.
But right now it's got Milo selected, and I don't want Milo selected. I want.
But I'm the main character.
It's supposed to
How can he win
do
this
something
game?
else.
How am I supposed to win if I'm not the main character, Keith?
Are you expecting plot armor to save you?
Worked so far.
Give me a second. Hopefully I can do this.
Not for everyone.
I am not a toy.
We can theater of imagination it if we
Okay,
need to.
so-
You are a toy.
Or you can just drag me into the room.
Here comes Milo down the secret passage.
We just all know he's not really here.
Chink, chink, chink. Because I am wearing scale armor.
Stepped in the poop.
No,
and you're just
he's gonna scrape across the rocks, and then he'll realize he's making noise and be like, housekeeping!
And I could persuade him that it's housekeeping.
Fluff your pillows.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing half plate. I'm wearing half plate, which is disadvantage on
He'll
stuff.
be like, what, we don't have housekeeping, who are you? Oh, no hablo inglés! No hablo inglés!
So nice.
That's not the point. He doesn't speak Spanish.
No speak common. No common.
No comment.
No comment. No.
No.
No speak common.
Okay.
Which is funny
Yeah,
because
let's-
common
let's
is
just-
rock.
It's really funny because you probably could pull that off.
Okay.
Besplatný
But I do have disguise self.
We are gonna drag you in there, Milo.
Yeah. My consciousness is being pulled.
Wait, why?
I mean, you could have
Because
sent
Keith
your...
is having trouble.
Actually, you could have sent your dragon with us.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, but then
it's
he
fine.
wouldn't know of anything.
We
that
all
happens
know
where you-
Okay.
Milo is
So,
not actually.
so you are in the room. You've got the guard.
Trade messages.
There are chests and boxes. There are 2 doors that lead south, one on either side of the sump.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up behind this guy and sedate him.
Okay.
He looks like he has Crusader armor on from Diablo. With the full, like, neck
gross.
guards.
Yeah.
They're
So go ahead.
Which might be a little difficult to sedate him, but we'll see how it goes.
Pull his head to the side.
I mean, I'm going up right behind him and I'll pull out the syringe and right in the neck.
Okay.
Make
make
That's what I live with.
your attack roll.
I assume I have advantage because I'm invisible.
Yes.
No, it's an innuendo.
That's why I'm always tired.
That was because of the dogs.
That too.
22.
22.
I-
Okay, that'll
Yeah, that
definitely
too,
hit.
But it's like
And I'll like cover his mouth as I do it, so I'm just like
Oh.
go to sleep.
So I assume there's no save against that.
We didn't establish one.
Murder?
Like your couch is
I
pretty
assume there's.
So far, every time I've used it,
What
what
is your spell What is your spell?
Casting multiplier?
Yeah. Spellcasting modifier.
And I would offer you the guest room, but I'm pretty sure that would put
7.
us on our shit list too.
He didn't roll high enough for the save anyway, so yeah, you knock him out.
So Killian's gonna all of a sudden appear over behind the guy with a syringe in his neck covering his
You made an
mouth.
attack.
Yeah, and just
Good night.
I see back.
We can see you now. You don't have to whistle.
Okay. So, going in. You don't necessarily have to move as
Okay.
Keith.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
check the top grate. Where the water's coming through.
Turn around.
I'm gonna
Okay.
search the guy.
Dang it. I'm right behind.
I have bad news for you. I'm beating you to that.
Okay, so the grate to the north is secured.
Okay. But I can see through it.
Yeah, so you can see through it.
Okay, how far? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm worried about. Is like I don't want people to see me through it.
Well, I'm also wondering
Oh,
if
they
the
yeah,
real
they
way
do.
to get in and out.
They do.
Right, 'cause I
So
feel
so that should give you an idea. It sort of goes north and
Okay.
turns off to
And
one.
is it big enough for like a person to move through?
Yeah.
It does. doesn't it?
And searching the guy, he doesn't have a lot on him. He's just got mainly, mainly his dagger that he was sharpening. He does have a short sword at his belt.
Okay, nothing identifying or no like tattoos or.
Again.
No identifying tattoos.
Mal will wave you over and say, "Can you put like an extra lock on this? If this is their main way in and out, can you like secure this specific entrance?"
I mean, I can, but it'll take me 10 minutes.
Is there any paper in there, Keith?
What's that?
Any papers or anything?
There is a whole pile of books right there.
I want to go through those.
Let's look. Yeah.
And I will check the south gates then if we're.
Yeah, I want to see
Well,
what he's
hanging out,
looking
Yeah, I was
at.
gonna say the doors, are there
He's
keyholes on
just
them
like
that
a
I could look
serial
through?
killer who lives
Um,
down here.
No, there are no keyholes.
Oh, it'd be like a great way to
Yeah.
Do it. It's on personal drawings.
Oh, he's got like charts of where the.
He's got his little thread map thing going on.
No, and like a chart of where the gelatinous cubes are beneath their
Oh,
schedules
yeah.
and things
So,
like that.
so he knows where to put
Dump
them
the
on.
bodies.
Well, except I don't think they use the sewers to get in and out. I
So
think
roll
they
me a
just dump
d20.
bodies over there.
Wait.
It's
Didn't
a
we already
magic
find
beacon.
a
This
magical
is a
thing?
magic beacon.
I mean, we found a magical thing. but
Nice.
It
It's
wasn't.
a nat 20.
It is indeed.
You found it.
Roll again.
My finger, please.
She doesn't trust that.
Uh-oh. I bet you it's another deck thingy.
Another natural 20.
Roll again.
3 times? Yeah.
I think it lets her have more than.
She better have a whole bunch of stuff for
Alright,
Matt.
that's a 12.
Okay.
Okay, so roll one more time.
20.
Oh, that's a 1.
Okay, 2 20s, a 1, and a 12 is pretty
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Okay,
Staff distribution.
so you start going through this. Okay.
Smut book. It's a smut book
No.
with pictures. If you got a 20.
I'm like,
no.
yes! The less DT
Don't
we
be a
made.
mimic. Don't be a mimic.
Don't be a mimic.
The pile
don't
of
be
books
a
was a mimic.
Mimic,
Don't be a mimic. It's okay, when we first went into the sewer, I thought maybe the whole sewer was gonna be a mimic. Yep.
It just closes its
Are there
grates.
even mimics though?
We were
Yes.
inside one.
Oh yeah.
Also, have you ever heard the story about the gazebo? I'll tell you later.
Okay, so you start digging through this pile of books. A lot of them are just ruined and messed up. Pages pulled out,
Broke spines.
broken spines,
Yeah.
water damage, things like that. Down at the bottom,
Okay.
you find 2 books that are in remarkably pristine condition.
Nice.
That's suspicious.
And as your hands land on them, you hear 2 voices in your 2 voices. All of you hear 2 voices.
Do I?
These are the Mist brothers, aren't they?
Do I?
Are the Brothers Grimm?
Roll me a perception, or what's your passive perception?
11.
I guess that really only makes sense if you've played the game. We're gonna have to solve the mystery of their disappearance.
Probably not, actually.
No,
Do you
what
need
the
everybody's
book says is
passive?
one of us always tells the truth, one of us always lies.
Keith, do you need everybody's passive?
No, that was
No,
only because
no,
I'm
that's-
outside.
No, it was only
Okay.
because he's farther away from you guys. So one of the books is giving you advice on oil painting. And it is very detailed advice on oil painting.
The brushes must
Like,
have exactly 64
Talks about
heads.
brushes, it talks about paints, it talks about blending
And all of us hear
techniques.
this.
Yep.
All of you hear it.
Thank goodness I don't.
The other one is letter C. And it starts just going through like general broad knowledge. Just like
It's
it-
Wikipedia.
Oh my
The
gosh.
World
it's
Book of
an
the letter C.
encyclopedia.
So the 220s are enchanted talking books, and then you rolled again for the topics. And the topics were encyclopedia or handbook. Best advice on how to pursue a particular trade, craft, or art.
This would be how
The
you
thoughts
got two
were recorded
consecutive
by
20s.
master artisans, not all of whom were experts at clearly conveying their thoughts. So some of what you're getting on oil painting is
Somebody
not
let
the
engineers
clearest,
do the right thing, do the right
but there's a lot of it. And so you've got these two books going off at the same time.
Nice. I'm gonna pocket.
Fitness
some
grand
oil
phaser
painting.
test.
Swords
Is it
swords
multi-function?
are coming out, and I'm spinning back around to that door to see if it's going to open.
This is what it's like to go mad.
But this is what you're after.
If I put them
Might
in
be
a
it.
bag or anything, will they shut up?
This is the Pacer Fitness Grand Test.
No, they're still talking.
Gillian, your bag.
Yeah, I'll toss my bag over, but the damage has been done.
That's obscene. Now,
Mal's over here. Put them in the bag! It's the old dwarf sign language for bag.
I put them in the bag.
Okay.
And I keep the
Where's
bag.
the bag?
So
is it-
Killian is going to be like, bag, please.
That's obscene.
Anyway, the door's open.
Make me a perception check.
Wait, so it was actually like not in our heads, but it was actually just loud noise talking.
That's what it sounds like.
Okay. I was thinking this.
I thought it was in my head.
That would have
Yeah.
been nice.
That's a 17.
You do start to hear feet,
I'm alive.
footsteps coming down the hallway.
How many?
At the moment, just a single set.
Which door?
This one.
Which one? Okay. Somebody get on this door with me. You
No,
two.
I can't unsee that.
Yes.
You two.
Sorry.
Cover the other door.
Got it.
There's
Yes.
somebody coming.
Coming.
And then I'm gonna set up on either side so that when they come through, we can.
Is it clear which way the door opens, in or out?
So it
Like, are there hinges that are visible?
These are my notes for the session. Butts.
Is that a bone sticking out of a butt?
Sure.
so it does look like they open out.
So, like, into the room that we were in?
Into the
Okay.
room.
So I will set myself up where I will be seen. And I will try to look casual.
Okay.
How you doing?
You should act like the guy that was there and.
I'm just pushing into the water.
Sit down and.
So the door opens.
Oh, is it too late to hide?
You're invisible. Oh, never mind.
No.
I'm not invisible.
So the door opens,
A book with a magnifying glass opens the door.
and there is a guy standing there, looking at you all.
Oh, hey. I'm pulling through.
Okay, this is gonna be
Initiative.
Dang it, I feel like
Actually, hold off on that. We will save that for next time.
Jeez.
it's not what it looks like.
So, yeah, that was a dungeon dive,
Hey, Mac. how you
and
doing?
we will get back to that and resolve it when we get back next week. A little bit of a slog, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. We will see you guys next week, 6:30.
That conversation we had about not killing people, and here we are.
We
don't have to kill him.
killed anybody.
We
Hold
we
on.
have not killed anybody
Yet.
yet.
But we'll
Right.
definitely see if
And
they
we don't-
maintain
We
that
don't
streak.
have to kill these people. We just need to probably disarm them and gag them.
Anyway, we will see you guys next week, 6:30 Mountain Time. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and will come back to visit with us. Just a couple of reminders: we do put all of the videos on our YouTube channel. If you're not already a subscriber over there, do hit like and subscribe. It really will help us build that up as well. We do also run a Discord server where we put any announcements about changes to our weekly schedule. So go check that out as well. We've we had a decent session. It's been about 3 hours, so we will cut it off here. Do remember.
Grab
your
bats
and grab your balls.
Sorry, I was
was a
terrible at
weird
serving
outro.
up that one.
Well, that's because you're always like, and remember.
Right.
Alright.
We
Yeah,
all looked around like, was that the cue? Is that our cue? Is that the cue?
it's been a weird day, guys.
Yeah.
It's been a very weird day. And if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a glass house. Good night, everybody.